what I think. I will drown in pain. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pain. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to be alone, my friend. He cut his wrist instead. There's your answer. You better save yourself, or else nothing like success. I would rather be in hell than regret. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? No, I do. But denial, these are not my words. Tell me, where am I? Most of the time, wet my face with reality and permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? What is up, people? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like Bubba needs you? Let's go. Everybody get your Bubba. Get ready. Woo! Get ready.
Dude, how we doing? Dude, we're mellowing out. Dude, the Bubba. Dude, you gotta get your inner Bubba flowing. Dude, my inner Bubba is flowing. This, the artist, this is me from 1998. The artist is full-blown red, and you're about to hear me in 2003. There it is. Or 2002. Somewhere around there. Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. You guys ready? Dude, what a fucking day, bro. Dude, fuck MTG. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, dude, how we doing? Let's go. Yeah, fuck MTG, boss. My turn. I don't ever want to come down. I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Dude, I'll tell you, I know what MTG's gonna do, though. She's still gonna be a useful idiot, I believe. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Oh, dude, let's go, Clown Prince. Did I hear that Ghislaine Maxwell got told to plead the fifth? I did not hear that, but I believe it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. No, no, no. And thank you to Tracy for the membership. Hey. I can't pretend. No, 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 no. I hope this never ends. It's about you. I will never be alone again. Thank you, Sam. They said my heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Woo! Oh. Quiet piggy. Trumpy, please just shut the fuck up. Oh! All right, dude. Let's go. Dude, Mom Donnie. Oh, shit. So, I mean, dude, we're going to watch that little press conference, right? You told me before you love the drummer. Dude, the drummer in that band, Number 3 Breakdown, that was a good drummer. There's a guy named Nate Chambers. I don't know where he is now. If he's in Portland still. He had moved to Eugene a while ago. I don't know if he's around. I haven't been able to locate him. I've been like nostalgizing now that I'm listening to him, wondering what he's up to. But dude, let me just tell you, guys, what a fucking day. Like, so the first thing I want to say about the Mamdani thing is I was not surprised at Trump's reaction. Okay, you saw, we're gonna watch it. Trump was like gushing. Let me just tell you, you know what it comes down to, guys? You know what it comes down to? You like the haircut? Dude, the haircut is good, right? I wanted to go a little shorter, but the hairstylist talked me into this, and I'm glad she did. I actually sent her an Instagram message several hours later and was like, thank you. Dude, she's good. Dude, I found somebody really good, right? I'm kind of proud of myself, okay? Because I made an educated guess, right? Because I have pretty thin hair. I do. I have thin hair. I have a fucking bald spot, very high forehead. So I got recommended to a salon that had a whole bunch of different hairstylists. They're really known for their color. But ultimately what I did was there was one girl there who's like really good at extensions, right? And so like with the extensions, paying attention to the volume is like really important. Like for people to do extensions, they have to like analyze the volume of the person's hair, and they have to like do the extensions to fit in with that volume. So what I did was I took a gamble, and I was like, you know, the woman who does the extensions is going to know about fucking, right? Is going to know about, you know, how to handle thin hair. And dude, she really did. She's really good. So it was, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good play. I took a guess. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. And it worked out. And because finding a good hairstylist that can make your hair good is like a really big deal. It's a really big deal to me, guys. You know, finding like I've always had a hairstylist that, you know, like prior to going to this person who I think I'm going to return to for the time being, right? There was another guy who cut my hair, guys, for like 10 years, okay? And before that, there was a woman who cut it for like 5 years. Like I find a hairstylist and I just fucking attach, bro. I'm serious. It's like really important, you know, somebody that can repeat it, you know, somebody that can repeat the deal. You're bald as a cue ball. I'll probably be bald as a cue ball. Dude, I was supposed to be bald as a cue ball like earlier. Dude, wild card. Let's go, baby. Wild card coming in hot with the big fiver. But yeah, so I was very happy with the haircut. Dude, because I get really nervous going to a new place. I do. Going to a new place, I get really nervous. I do. I like new hairstyle is like, it's hard, man. It's important. But yeah, no. So I'm excited. That worked out. I was like, fingers crossed. And you know what else I liked is I was kind of like, I was debating with her, like trying to get her to do something she didn't want to do. And she talked me out of it. And I allowed her to talk me out of it. And I'm really glad I did. So there you go. Find a good hairstylist. That's a piece of life advice. Guys, you ready? You ready for the Tommy life advice? Get yourself a good hairstylist. Make sure you know a good lawyer. Even if you can't like hire them, you just got to have a friend who's a lawyer, who's a competent lawyer that can advise you legally. Hairstylist, lawyer, find an EMDR therapist, and get a good body worker. Okay, if you find those four, a good therapist, a good body worker, a good lawyer, and a good hairstylist, you are set for life. There is nothing else you need in this life. You know what I'm saying? I shit you not. Your dad is a hairstylist. Let's go. Dude, you gotta fucking, that's all you need. You need the hairstylist, a good bed. Well, I don't know. I slept on the floor for like 25 years. I have a nice bed now, but I literally just got a bed like 3 months ago. I have mostly slept on the floor since my 20s. It's been about 30 years of sleeping on the floor for the most part. Just like blankets on the floor. I've been a floor sleeper. I don't know why. I've had beds when I had girlfriends. I do love the bed. Now I have a bed and I love it. I love the bed. The bed is good, right? Oh, good mechanic is good too. Yeah, but see, the good mechanic though, Karen, if you buy new cars, you can avoid needing a good mechanic, right? If you buy new and you just don't get a lemon, then you don't have to worry about the mechanic. But a good mechanic, you're right. That's a high one. An honest mechanic, somebody who doesn't soak you. But for me, I don't really care too much about the mechanic. I care about the hair. I'm vain. I'll be honest. I care about the hair, dude. It's like, for me, it's like lawyer, hair, therapist, right? And then what was the fourth one I said? I can't remember the fourth one. Dude, what was the other one I said? I can't remember. I had this big piece of life advice. Dude, damn, Jenny, you didn't make the list. Dude, Jenny is the list. Dude, I'm not talking about a partner. I'm talking about like non-partner things that are important. Dude, yeah, no, the hair does look finished. Oh, yeah, no, that was therapist, lawyer, hairstylist, and what was the other? There was a fourth one, right? Fuck. Oh, body worker. Body worker, yes. No, the body work. There it is, right? There it is, body worker. Dude, there it is. That's my life advice. No, but seriously, those four things are really important. The lawyer's like really important. If you live in America, you need to have a good friend who's a lawyer. Like I don't know why I've always made sure that I have a lawyer friend, right? I mean, maybe I just meet lawyers because I went to college and a bunch of my friends in college all became lawyers. But like knowing a lawyer, like having a competent lawyer as a friend, it will it's the difference between you getting pushed around and you getting not. The haircut makes it look thicker. I know, that's kind of it. It's like sculpted. Dude, it feels good. It feels good. And I'm trying new product too, this like powder shit. So yeah. All right. Haircut makes it a good urologist. Dude, I've never been to a urologist. All right. I've never been to a urologist. Yeah, body worker, like somebody who does massage. All right. So back to what we were saying about Mamdani. I was not surprised at Zoran Mamdani. I was not surprised at Trump fawning over him. You know why, guys? I'll tell you why. Because people are like, why did Trump fawn over the socialist, communist, the guy he's called? One word, guys. Celebrity. It's celebrity. Okay? Trump worships celebrity. He does. If you have high ratings, Trump is like in awe of you. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter what you believe in. If you have high ratings, if you're popular, Trump will fawn over you. Okay. And the thing about it is Zoran is popular in New York. Everyone in New York loves him. They're rabid for him. Dude, Trump was hated in New York. Trump could never get good ratings in New York. Right? It's like Zoran is like the king of Trump's city. And so Trump is like, wow, this guy, like, I think you ready for this? I honestly think that Trump thinks if he kisses Zoran's ass, that maybe he'll get like to be cool in New York, because Trump has never been cool in New York. He's been hated. He's pushed his way into Fashion Week and into the parties and into the fancy restaurants and into all the events, but everybody hated him. They hated him. Nobody ever wanted him around. And I think Trump is like, oh, maybe if I play 𝗙𝗪𝗙𝗪𝗏, like I'll get into the cool rooms again, right? Dude, into the locker rooms. Dude, he does. He wants, and I know it ain't happening. Now, make polygamy great again? Oh, shit. Dude. Yeah. Dude, he is hated in New York, man. All right. But so let's watch this, okay? Let's fucking watch this thing, this presser. Now, the other thing I'd like to say is I was impressed with how well Mamdani hid his contempt, okay? Because Mamdani fucking hates Trump like the rest of us, but boy, did he, like, his contempt was like really, you know, under wraps, which I thought was impressive. You know what I'm saying? And what's more though, did you see some of those questions? Did you see how he handled the questions? Like in particular, there was that Jack Posobiec question about the white taxes, right? You know, they all misrepresent what Zoran said about the taxes. All Zoran said about the taxes and the white neighborhoods was real simple. He said the poor minority neighborhoods pay an inordinate amount of taxes. For the tax burden on the poor people, in the minority people in the poor neighborhoods, they're paying taxes at a much higher rate than the wealthy people are in the white neighborhoods. And the reason why he said it that way was because that's how it is in New York. The white neighborhoods are wealthy and the minority neighborhoods are not, period. That's it. That's the dividing line. Okay, the wealth, the minute the neighborhood's white in New York, it is wealthy. And the minute the neighborhood's got minorities in it, it is not wealthy. And the minority, non-wealthy neighborhoods, they pay a higher percentage in fucking property tax than the wealthy white people do. Okay, so what he said is he pointed out that we have a tax base problem. We have a neighborhood problem that is like a little bit weirdly segregated. And in fact, the beneficial segregation that affects the white people is also giving them a tax break. Like, that's weird. You know, that's what he said. He never said, oh, I just want to tax white people more. He said he wants the wealthy neighborhoods to be paying the same rate as the poor neighborhoods, or the poor neighborhoods to be paying the same rate as the wealthy, right? That's what he said. It just so happens that the wealthy neighborhoods are white neighborhoods, which is kind of, it's a New York problem, but it's also sort of an American problem. You know, how's he doing in New York? He's doing good. He's doing good. They fucking got a moving van and got a bunch of their shit out of storage. They didn't get all of it, but they got a bunch of their stuff. Dude, let's go. Let's go, baby. Fucking A, boss. All right, but yeah, I thought Mamdani did a good job. And in particular, though, can I just say that Trump unwittingly, Trump completely devastated. He completely devastated the Republicans' like midterm strategy. Okay, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys noticed that, but holy shit, okay? It is like unfucking real what he did. He just devastated it, okay? Zoran still agrees with the double taxation on Social Security checks. 𝗙់, thank you. Let's go. What is that? That is like taxing people's Social Security checks. Is that what that is? Is that what double taxation is? You don't have kids? If the majority of property taxes go to schools? Yeah. See, I feel like the property taxes should go to schools. You know? I mean, having people educated is helpful. I wish we could just get better performance out of the schools. But, all right. So here we go. You ready? Oh, shit, boss.
I want to predict. I would have.
So, all right. Just as we get into this, one of my favorite things was the question about the jihadist. Okay? Do you guys recall that? Have you seen this interview? We're going to see it. But somebody asked Trump if he was standing next to a jihadist, and Trump was like, no, he's not a jihadist. This is a great guy. Love this guy. Like, basically, the entire midterm strategy for the Republicans was going to be, there's a jihadist. There's a communist jihadist in charge of the Democratic Party, right? Oh my God. Like the Democrats are now going to do a Muslim takeover. It was going to be the big selling point. And now they have a quote from Trump. Are you standing next to a jihadist? And he's like, no, this is an intelligent, capable, wonderful man. I want to give him a kiss on the mouth. Dude, like, you know, it's hilarious. Dude, the Republicans after this, like Stephen Miller went dark, okay? Stephen Miller went fucking dark, all right? Stephen Miller went dark. Oh, shit. See, let's go. You guys ready? Dude. This is funny, bro. All right, let's get in it. Hold on. Dude, Trumpy, I mean, dude, Trump, like, you know, he, I guess the other thing that I will say that probably has something to do with this too is Mamdani's from a very wealthy family. And so I think that's another thing that had something to do with Trump's reaction is Mamdani's family is really wealthy. And like very fucking wealthy. So Trump also reveres that. Anybody who's from a wealthy family gets fucking Trump's, you know, booty sniffing. You know what I'm saying? Dude, they're right. That is another thing. Celebrity and wealth. And Trumpy's like, I don't care who you are, because at the end of the day, the shit, it's the star power is the big thing. But at the end of the day, guys, Trump doesn't really give a shit about this, right? Like Trump does not care about your politics. He really doesn't. He's playing a character. He is. He's playing a character to get clapped for and to have a base of people that will give him money that he can manipulate. Dude, Trump doesn't give a shit. Trump is not a Republican. Trump doesn't believe half the shit he's fucking espousing. Okay? He doesn't. Like Caitlyn Jenner uses the goddamn ladies' room, bro, when she comes to Mar-a-Lago. He let transgender women into his beauty pageants and actually fought for them. And now he's like Mr. Anti-transgender in order to get fucking money and power. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to like manipulate and fucking cheat like financially. I mean, he's just a despicable fucking piece of shit, dude. He doesn't give a shit about anybody, boss. He doesn't. Dude, so Zoran's mom is a director, okay? His mother's a director, and his family is from Uganda, and I don't know what his dad does, but they have some like money, right? He's not poor. I mean, he's never claimed to be working class. Zoran hasn't. All right, but you ready? Let's watch this. But yeah, dude, Trump was in awe of Zoran's star power. Okay, in awe of the star power because Zoran is a bona fide star. He is like, you know. Oh. All right, you ready? Let's watch it. Let's watch Trump just trash the fucking.
I don't want to predict. I would have said.
Let's watch Trump trash the Republicans' midterm hopes, dude. Dude, I was so pleased watching this because I was like, oh my God, the Republican strategists are like, what is Trump doing? They're like, Trump, shut up. Trumpy, just shut the fuck up, please. Please stop. Dude, you could say, get yourself a partner who looks at you the way Trump looks at Zoran Mamdani. And I don't think you would be wrong, okay?
I don't want to predict. I would have said that would have been one of my early ones. I did 8 peace deals of countries, including in India, Pakistan. You could even go, in fact, they're coming here in a week or two.
Enough, piggy.
Go to the Congo and Rwanda. That was 10 million people dead, and we worked something out on that. But so many. And the one I thought would have been, for me, because I have a very good relationship with President Putin, I thought that would have been maybe quicker. But it does take 2 to tango. And now you just see all the death. And, you know, it doesn't affect us other than the fact that we don't want to see all those people that really...
Yeah, but maybe if you had a sack, you would stand up to Putin, you fucking shit kicker. He's like working with Putin. Who's he kidding, bro? Jesus.
On the other side of the ocean, it's a war that should have never happened. It did happen. I blame the person also sitting right behind this desk. This is a war that should have never happened, and it wouldn't have happened if I were president. But we're trying to save a lot of lives. They're losing 25,000 lives over the last short period of time. That's Ukrainian and Russian. And
it's mostly Russian.
I want to ask the mayor-elect about a House resolution just passed overwhelmingly to condemn socialism, including with 86 Democrats, all of House Dem leadership, and the minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, despite his endorsement of you. What's your reaction to that?
I have to be honest with you, I focused very little on resolutions. Frankly, I've been focusing...
Socialism.
I understand. I think the focus is on the work at hand. I can tell you I am someone who is a democratic socialist. I've been very open about that. And I know there might be differences about ideology, but the place of agreement is the work that needs to be done to make New York City affordable. That's what I look forward to.
And I want to clarify your answer to Stephen Nelson. He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist. And your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay.
Okay. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
Dude, that's so funny, bro. Like, dude, like, it's so funny because the funny thing about it is like Trump just letting him off the hook, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, he's just letting him off the hook because he knows, like, dude, I don't know. It's funny, dude. He is glazing hard, bro. He is glazing hard, you know, because, like, it's not like Zoran was going to sit there and say he's not a fascist, okay? He was going to hold true to his fucking, what he said. I mean, we all know that Trump is a miniature fascist. Everybody knows this. The only people who deny it, right? The only people who deny it are the fucking Republican shit kickers. Like, come on, bro. I mean, my God, dude, you ready? Let's just pause right here for 1 second, okay? Because they're talking about this resolution about socialism, but hello, guys. Do you remember what literally just happened? What literally just happened? Look at this. This was fucking 4 days ago. Republicans just voted against condemning fascism in the Rules Committee. So today they voted to condemn socialism, the horrors of socialism. But 4 days ago, those same Republicans voted against condemning fascism. So, like, fucking dinks. Now, at the end of the day, though, guys, those resolutions, I like what Mamdani said. I don't really care about resolutions. Resolutions are stupid, okay? That shit in the House today, condemning the horrors of socialism, who fucking cares? You numbnuts. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to get rid of the police department, the fire department, the national parks, the libraries, the schools, the roads, the subsidies that go to the farmers. Like, dude, the tax breaks that go to all the wealthy people, the buying of stadiums for fucking wealthy, like, sports owners. Like, dude, we have so much socialism here. It's just all fucking for the rich people for the most part. FEMA, yes. Like, come on, man. But the resolution condemning socialism is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Okay? And the House has already taken another break, dude. Like, what the fuck? Thank you, Mike Johnson, you fucking loser. You guys have passed no legislation. There's no legislation for homelessness or poverty, no health care plan in 10 years, but at least you got together and condemned the horrors of socialism. Dude, what a bunch of dinks, bro.
To ask you also about this Ukraine plan.
Yeah.
President Zelensky said today that his country would risk either giving up a partner or giving up its dignity. There's been criticism that this deal...
You mean he doesn't like it?
It's unclear. He was sort of
Well,
pretending...
he'll have to like it. And if he doesn't like it, then, you know, they should just keep fighting, I guess, you know.
The suggestion that he made, though, was that if he doesn't accept it, that the U.S. would pull back its support for Ukraine. Is that
Well, at some
accurate?
point he's going to have to accept something. You know, he hasn't accepted. You remember right in the Oval Office not so long ago, I said, you don't have the cards. Don't forget, I inherited this war. I would have never, this war never would have happened.
Oh, dude, shut the fuck up, Trump. Dude, you're playing on Putin's side, you fucking dink. If you had any stones, Trumpy, if Trumpy had any stones, that war would be over already. But no, you can't say anything bad to Daddy Putin. Oh, dude, elitism is socialism. It sure is, Ben. Let's go. You said it. Let's go. Dude, hey, should we do a dance party goal? Should we? You want to hook it up for the dance party? Let's go. Let's get that fucking goal going, boss. Here we go. Here we go, dude. Light blue or higher, 45 minutes. If that timer, it is now 11:55. All right, so we're going to have to check in. But there we go, dance party. Dance on Trumpy's. It's dance on Trumpy's pine box is what it is. That's our fucking dance party goal. All right. There it is, baby. Dance on Trumpy's pine box. Let's go. Just like they used to do in the old Irish jigs. Dude, the House should vote to remove Trump's cameo in Home Alone 2. Oh my God, dude. That's funny. I swear, that's about as useful. The House, if the House voted to, dude, I'm going to tweet that. I'm stealing your shit. I'm stealing your shit. Dude, there we go. All right. I'm going to go fresh off the success of the socialism resolution. Next week, the Republican House will vote on. There it is. Oh, yes. Dude, thank you for that. Dude, I stole your shit. If you come in there and give me a nod, I'll give you credit for it. But there it is, dude. I did add a little bit to the front, but fresh off the success of the socialism resolution, I typed too fast. Next week, the Republican House will vote on whether to remove Donald Trump's cameo from Home Alone 2, bro. Oh, shit. Dude, it was you, Daniel. Let's go, baby. We love you, boss. Oh, shit. Let's go, dude. That is amazing. Dude, that's so funny, right? Fresh off the success. They're doing all the important work. Right? Only the most important work from these people. Let's go. Oh, shit. That's funny, dude. Daniel writes for The Onion. He should. Dude, Daniel, you're kudos for that. Just so you know, guys, when you come into chat, I may steal your shit and tweet it. But I do it right here. I do take chats and tweet them as my own. All right, I'm sorry. I apologize. Dude, it's so funny, bro. Oh, my God, dude. Dude, they're like... It just makes me laugh how incompetent. And so, can I just tell you, we're going to just cut in here for a minute. Can I just show you? Because there's this Florida news guy named Eric Doherty, right? He's a real fucking piece of shit, right? Where's he? Eric Doherty, this guy. Okay, this fucking Trumpy fucking weirdo. But so he posted about this. Right? He posted about that socialism resolution. And I'm gonna put a link to it. Because if you guys want some comedy, you should go and read this. Okay? Because he posted about the socialism resolution, and the people in the comments are so dejected, right? The Republicans, okay? They're so dejected because they're Congress. They have both houses of Congress. And dude, user BJ, let's go, baby. Oh, dude, let's go. User BJ7, we appreciate you. Dude, it's got the handle. Dude, user BJ7LG. Thank you. Let's go, dubs, big dubs. We're going to give you a trophy. Dude, let's go. The right lost their shit when it was announced that Mamdani was going to mandate Arabic numerals in all schools. I know, and it was fucking fake, bro. Dude, Game Shark, thank you. That was another fake shit. But let me find the link here because we'll look at it. It is, dude, I fucking replied to it. All right, I have to go into my replies and I'll find it there because I replied to it when I was getting my fucking hair done. Right? It was this right here. Okay. So he said, now U.S. House votes to denounce socialism and formally oppose all implementation nationwide or whatever. And everybody in here is like, is this performative? What will this accomplish? And people in here are just like, dude, like, why are we doing this? Like, why aren't they voting on Trump's legislation? Why aren't they, why are they just creating resolutions? You know what I mean? Right? Oh, I got it. No. Oh, shit. The Arabic numerals. No, I thought they started. That's what I thought, though, that like they were freaking out because they thought the numbers were going to be in Arabic, right? Like Arabic numbers instead of Arabic numerals, right? But you know what I mean? But they thought that he was changing the language to Arabic numbers, right? So what numbers do they use, though? I'm curious. Do we have anybody who speaks Arabic? Do they use Arabic numerals in Arabic? Do we share the same numbers? Or do they do, because I know we use Arabic numerals, but do they use the same? Do they also use Arabic numerals, or do they do? So interesting, right? See, I didn't know that, right? No, I know they heard Arabic and freaked out. But so I didn't know that I thought maybe they had a number system. That's interesting. All right. Yeah, no, Arabic numerals are regular numbers, but so the Arabic language, though, also uses Arabic numerals? Oh, they are. So the fucking, they do use 0 through 9. They use the same digits. All right, let's go. And right, they use 0 through 9. And but the Arabic numerals though came from India. I know you guys were saying that, right? The Arabic numerals. No, they didn't invent them. They came from India, right? The Arabic numerals were developed in India, right? It was India. Yeah, technically we use theirs. Yeah. Dude, I mean, most shit fucking comes from India, guys. Seriously. Most shit comes from India. Like, you know, I shit you not. I mean, India was like, you know, a really, really early civilization, you know? It's their number 2 is R7 and their 3 so a couple of them are different. Dude, the Epstein ballroom. I don't get this move by Trump. Feels weak, but might be a strategic threat, like when Trump is respectful to Bernie, but spends hella to undermine him. Yeah, so, I mean, Tony, I think maybe you missed the beginning of the stream. I think with this, right, I think this move with Trump wasn't necessarily calculated. I think that Zohran Mamdani is just... he's a celebrity and he's extraordinarily popular in New York City, and Trump worships celebrity. And Zohran is, you know, he carries himself like a celebrity and his family is very wealthy. And so he went there and Trump was like hanging out with like a movie star from his hometown. I mean, Zohran is so much, you know, so much more popular in New York City than Trump could ever be. Like, Trump was hated in New York. So Zohran, it's kind of like Trump is meeting like Brad Pitt or fucking, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, some really big movie star. You know, that's what is happening here. Is even though, because Trump doesn't care about politics at all. You know, he really doesn't. He's only calling him a communist because people cheer when he does it. You know what I mean? He could give a shit about politics, but he loves that celebrity, bro. You know, like for example, you know how he shits on Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries? He shits on them because of their low approval ratings. Okay? You notice he doesn't shit on AOC, really. He doesn't spend a lot of time attacking her because she's got a high approval rating. He looks at your approval rating, and if you have a low approval rating, he's like, you're shit. If you get bad ratings, that's it. His only, you know, Bernie has high ratings, okay? So he's like not shitty on Bernie because Bernie gets the ratings, bro. He shows up and everybody's out in the audience. You know what I'm saying? But he respects the ratings, bro. Look at Obama and Newsom. Yeah, those guys are different though. Obama's black. So the black man is a little different and is the guy he's living in the shadow of. And Newsom is the guy that takes him down. They're a little different. Like, he's not in competition with Zohran Mamdani. You know what I'm saying? Zohran can never be president, guys. Okay, Zohran can never be president. Why is Zohran standing? Well, in these press conferences, they're always standing, you know? they're always standing and Trump always sits at his desk. That's just how they're always done, right? But dude, yeah, Zoran though has star power, man. Dude, he's so jealous of Obama. He's really jealous of Gavin Newsom too. He is. I mean, Trump is very jealous of Gavin Newsom because Gavin Newsom's like good looking. You know what I'm saying? Trump was never good looking, dude. Trump was like a smarmy, like used car salesman, greased up and stuffed in a suit. Oh my God, Natalie, dude, give me a link to Cenk crashing out. I have a lot of thoughts about Marjorie Taylor Greene too. Dude, she can get fucked. But I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Dude, yeah, Newsom is way smarter than Trump. Newsom is more refined than Trump. He's a good looking dude too. Dude, I'm not into guys, but if I was into guys, I'd be like, yeah, Gavin, he's a sexy bro, dude. I can see it. I can see why the women swoon, dude. He's good. He's a looker, right? I like that look. Dude, let's go. You do wish Gavin didn't get those veneers? What? Oh, did he get teeth veneers? Oh, shit. You don't trust Newsom? I mean, I don't know. Like, for me, it's hard. Trust with politicians is hard. The thing I like about Newsom is this. There's one thing I like about Newsom. Well, there's two, okay? Because I don't know if I trust him, but I don't know. He's had a long history of, like, being pretty left. You know what I mean? He has. He's done some shit, especially around like civil rights. But he's smarmy, right? He will play the game and say what needs to be said to get the win, okay? And then he's going to do what he's going to do. But there's two things I like about Newsom. Number one that I like about Newsom is that he battles the Republicans and Trump in an aggressive way, okay? And he's not afraid to fucking to like blast them. That's one. But the other thing that I like about Newsom is I feel like if he were president, he would wield the power in a ruthless way, right? Like, you know what I mean? Stacking the Supreme Court, attacking major institutions and dismantling them if they're non-productive. Like Newsom would not be afraid to take the heat of like smashing shit. Right? Like, for example, if Donald Trump expands executive power, Gavin Newsom would be somebody that would go in there and use that executive power to fucking fundamentally change a lot of the government in a non-Republican way. And he wouldn't be shy about it. He wouldn't be like Joe Biden, who's like, oh, I don't want to upset the apple cart. He will go in there and fucking, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to fucking wield this like a hammer. And so that I kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like that, you know, and you don't know why Newsom didn't run last time. Well, so here's the thing, guys. The reason why Newsom didn't run last time is because of the Katie Porter principle. Natalie, can you put those links in Discord? Because chat's moving too fast and I can't go there right now, but I want to go there after this. So let me explain why Newsom didn't run. Because you notice that Newsom like held for Joe Biden because, guys, Joe Biden was the entrenched guy, okay? He was the guy with the legacy. He was the guy, you know what I'm saying? He was the guy that was like the leader of the party. He was the head of the Democratic apparatus. So Joe Biden, like nobody was going to run against Joe Biden because if Gavin Newsom had run against Joe Biden after Joe Biden decided to stay in, it would have ruined him politically. Okay? Because you can't, it's like Katie Porter running against Adam Schiff. You can't run against the guy unless you have approval to run against the guy or unless you have more of the guy's political establishment on your side. And Gavin Newsom did not have that shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, right? You have to, everybody in the power structure was Joe Biden's. And so Newsom was not going to run. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't. He knew if he did and something happened, his career would be over. You know? And so, you know, that power structure is a very it's a thing you got to respect if you want to move up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see AOC, a classic example of the power structure is Zoran Mamdani and AOC, both DSA, saying, hey, we don't want to primary 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗄𝗎. Okay? And that's why. Because Zoran Mamdani wants to be a successful mayor and he wants to fucking like build his career on what he does for New York. Maybe run and become governor or senator after that. And he AOC wants to become a senator and maybe president. And they need the fucking Democratic establishment behind them to be able to do it. And 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗄𝗎 is revered by the Democratic establishment. So they're going to fucking keep 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗄𝗎. They're going to protect him and save him to guarantee that they get their fucking careers. And I think it's just a smart play, guys. If you're going to do it and you want to advance, you got to know how to play the game, man. You know, and yeah, Katie Porter, I wish somebody had told her, like, don't run against Adam Schiff, right? Because now Swalwell's going to come in and Swalwell's going to win. Dude, he's going to win, right? Dude, he's from Livermore. Isn't that funny? You remember how we fucking talked about Livermore the other day? We were talking about Livermore when we were watching that Berkeley shit. Dude, Swalwell is from Livermore. Dude, it's so funny. Right? Yeah. Dude, let's go. Dublin. All right. Well, Dublin, Livermore, same shit. They're like right next to each other. They're practically the same town, dude. It goes fucking the Bay, Dublin, Livermore. Right? Dude, yeah, they're neighbors. They're like practically one and the same. I bet you go to some neighborhoods there, you don't even know if you're in Dublin or Livermore. It's like Minneapolis and St. Paul, dude. They're literally it's like the same shit. Let's go. Dude, politics, guys, right? Dude, politics is just fucking, there's just a certain amount of schmoozing that goes on with this shit. All right, let's get back to this. Dude, I want to watch Cenk Uygur. Dude, Cenk is going to be so bummed, bro. He lost MTG, man. You know, and we're going to talk about MTG right after this. We got some great clips lined up. All right, we're going to talk about her because hers was pretty strategic, guys. MTG, and I'm going to tell you what she's going to do, guys. I know where she's going. She ain't going to become a Democrat, but I think she's still going to help us win, though. Right? She is. She's going to help us win, dude. But I know where she's headed, boss. All right, you ready?
I inherited this war, and I thought he should have made a deal a year ago, 2 years ago. The ultimate deal would have been if it never started. That would have been the good deal. That could have been done, too, if you had the right president, but you didn't have the right president.
Mr. President, the cost of living is something that you and Mr. Mamdani seem to agree on.
Right.
Democrats have run New York City for a long time, Mr. Mamdani. Do you see Democrat policy specifically as being a problem? And I'd like that to be a question that both of you could answer in New York City.
Look, I think that there are many things in our city where we have to own the responsibility of it, things that existed long before the president was the president. And those are also part of the message of our campaign, was to take on a broken politics of the past. And I ran against a number of candidates who represented different versions of that past. And what we found time and again is that working people were left behind in the politics of our city. And what we're looking to do is put those people right back at the heart of our politics so that we don't have a situation where we're in the wealthiest city in the history of the world, and yet 1 in 5 can't even afford $2.90 for a Metro card.
Mr. President.
You know, we had some interesting conversation, and some of his ideas really are the same ideas that I have. A big thing on cost, you know, the new word is affordability. Another word is just groceries. It's sort of an old-fashioned word, but it's very accurate. And they come.
Some of his ideas are the same ideas that I have. Dude, all the Republicans right now that are working on the midterms are like, Trump, shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah, that's going to look so great in the commercials, right? Trump saying, yeah, Zoran's policies are just like mine. affordability, which is Zoran's word, dude. He's using Zoran's language, dude. Trump has gone woke, bro. Dude. Dude. Oh my God, Cenk praises Trump. Dude, Trump is an idiot, bro. He is like sinking the Republicans right now. Dude, I'm telling you guys, Trump thinks, here's what is going on in his head. He is a pea-brain. Trump's approval rating is like nothing. Everybody hates him. The Epstein files are raging. He's, blowing his stack at all of his employees. So Zoran comes along. Everybody loves him. He's a star. 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗆𝗆 loves him. 𝗫𝗍𝗪. Everybody loves Zoran. Zoran drives Bill Ackman crazy. All the billionaires and shit in New York that are the real billionaires who Trump hates, all of those guys are obsessed and driven nuts by Zoran. Zoran is like a god to Trump. And Trump thinks, man, if I get him to like me, maybe some people will like me too. Maybe my approval rating will go up if Zoran likes me. Maybe I'll go to New York and they'll actually invite me to events if Zoran thinks I'm cool. Dude, you know what I mean? I mean, he literally is like that simple. This is just too good. It is ingrained. All right, guys, we gotta focus. Thank you, Bradshaw. We got 21 minutes. We need 15 for the dance party. Let's hit it up. It's time to beat the shit out of Elon, and then we're gonna finish up this interview. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. Dude, he is pathetic. Dude, Trump. Dude, Gorg. Let's go, baby. Thank you, boss. Dude, yeah. See, this is one of the things I love about Mamdani, okay? Is Mamdani is a democratic socialist. He doesn't disavow that. He doesn't say that he's not. He doesn't shy away from socialism. He doesn't shy away from his platform and shit, but he's also willing to make nice with everybody. You know what I mean? He won over 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗆𝗆 and developed a united front. He even got the 𝗫𝗄𝗽 endorsement right before the thing, which helped a little bit. And he doesn't care that Jeffries denounced socialism in the House, because Jeffries was doing that to make sure he holds his seat. All of these guys are just fucking holding on to their shit. But Mamdani does want to make real change. Okay, he does. He wants to make real change. And he knows that right now, 𝗫𝗄𝗽 is a part of helping him make real change in New York. If he were to fight 𝗫𝗄𝗽 right now, New York would get fucked. And Mamdani would be a one-termer, and he would look like he wasn't good, and maybe his political career ends. So I think they're going to save Jeffries, and they're probably going to throw Schumer. I think Schumer's going to be the guy who's going to get thrown to the wolves because he's older. And I think they're going to protect Jeffries, and they're going to toss Schumer. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if AOC takes Schumer's Senate seat, right? That I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see Zoran in the Senate at some point as well. But that's what I think they're doing, right? There's no way, though. There's no way he could have predicted that Trump was going to swoon like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's as surprised as anybody, dude. Oh, shit. Yeah. Dude, I know. Isn't it crazy? Like what Natalie says right there. So 86 Democrats joined all the Republicans to denounce socialism. And then Trump meets with the guy who is basically the poster child of socialism. And Trump is like, I love this guy's policies. Affordability, man. We're like, I love this guy. He's not a jihadist. He's really cool. Yeah, I know I'm a fascist. Go ahead and just tell him I'm a fascist. Dude, the Republicans are shitting themselves. I feel like so much about this, like Trump just deflated all of their attacks were like jihadist, communist Democrats. And Trump was just like, no, man, this guy's none of that. Dude, they're so fucked. All right, guys, 14 and 18, baby. Let's go. We got to hustle. Yeah, dude, Loomer is like fucking Loomer's like breaking a blood vessel, dude. Dude, Loomer is so done. Dude, you know what I wonder, guys? You ready? Can I give you a hot take? Can I give you a hot take? You ready for a hot take that to me would fit very much like Trump's MO? What if Trump allowed himself to just love Zoran Mamdani to get even with all of the Republicans who passed that discharge petition? Right? You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, you guys, you fucked me. You guys stacked against me. All of you folded. So you know what? I'm going to just make your midterm season fucking like fully fucked. Right? Fine. You want to roll on me? I'm going to roll right back on you, dude. Dude, he's petty like that. Loomer, and Mar-a-Lago face, lols, they are all crazy. They are. Dude, let's go. Thank you. Thank you, Kids Cat. All right, guys, 13. Let's go. 13 in 17. 13 in 17. Dude, I like my new hair, bro. Dude, I love the hair, bro. She gave me a shaggy rock and roll do. I actually brought some pictures of like 90s rock stars. She did me up, boss. Dude, thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Dude, Trump is so petty. He is. Yeah, he's a lame duck. Need more Mamdanis because Dems are shit right now. Let's go. Miranda, let's go. If the thing about this, guys, is this. If Mamdani is successful, there will be more Mamdanis. Sounds like a thing Trump would do. It does. Yes, it does. Stop the stupidity. All we need are people like Mamdani to be successful, and there will be more. Okay? I'm telling you, if he makes New York a little bit more affordable and improves the quality of life there, it's going to spread like wildfire. I mean, let's be honest, guys. That's why they hate him. Tracy, let's go. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Oh, so cute. Right? That's why they hate him. They don't hate him because they're worried about socialism. It's like capitalism favors the billionaire. Okay? It does. Capitalism is like billionaires get all the fucking proceeds. They get all the benefits, the wealthy. Socialism, the wealthy have to pay a little more. They get less benefits, and the working man gets benefits. And they just don't want the wealthy to get less benefits. It's not even like the wealthy get noticeably impinged. It's just that the wealthy are so used to getting everything that the tiniest loss of benefit feels like they're being oppressed. And so they don't want the working men being satisfied because then that endangers their like hoarding of wealth. Okay? And they're greedy, and they are. Pathological is a great word. Okay? And so they are simply afraid that Zoran's going to be successful, and then every city in America is going to do this shit, and then the U.S. government's going to do it, and pretty soon, like they're not going to be, they're going to be 25% less wealthy, and they're going to be like, it's going to have no fucking effect on them whatsoever. All right, guys. Let's go. We need 11 more, baby. 11 more. Super chats. Hoarding their gold. Dude, they're so bad, dude. Grabbing hands. Grab all they can. Dude, let's go. Let's do the pine box stomp. Thank you, Nameless Nick. Let's go, baby. All right, halfway there, guys. 10 in 14. Let's go. We wrap this up. We get back to the interview. Dude, and then we're going to cover MTG. We're going to watch Cenk Uygur melt down over MTG, of course. Dude, woke Trump. Dude, Trump. I heard Trump's been using Arabic numerals, guys. I'm really concerned that Trump, it might be converting religion because he's using Arabic numerals, right? Let's go. Dude, let's go, baby. Dude, ever since Zoran met Trump, dude, Trump, oh my God. Dude, Cenk says he doesn't like using Islamophobe. What an idiot. LFG, let's rally for the pine box stomp. Yes, let's do it. Oh, all right, there we go. We got 9 more. We got this, guys. 9 more. Incoming. Pine box watch. This is a dance, a pine box dance. Pine box stomp. I'm going to give you a taste of it. There it is. Just a taste. Dude, we should have a pine box with a counter, right? You know what I'm saying? A pine box with a little counter on it and just leave that shit run 24/7 until it happens. Dude, can you imagine though? Like, oh my God. Like, thanks for the numeral lesson. Let's go. Dude, thank you for the numeral lesson. Dude, let's go. Oh shit. Thank you, Lisa. Dude, I'll be honest though, guys. I feel like I had a little numeral lesson because I didn't realize that the Arabic language used those same numerals, right? I knew we used them, but I didn't know that they used them. Dude, like, that's pretty wild. That's like eye-opening to me. I never took Arabic or anything like that. And I mean, I dated a girl once from Iran, okay? But that's Farsi, okay? And she, I don't think I ever, I don't know. I recall her speaking it a little bit around some of her family and close friends, right? Trump thinks this will be a win with the left. Dude, I don't know what Trump is doing, but I don't think I ever saw Zara write it, right? Dude, I had a major crush on fucking, you know, I dated an Iranian girl, and when I lived in LA, I had a major thing for her. Dude, she did not want to, you know, she didn't want anything long term, but boy, was I smitten. Dude, yeah. Dude, those rock and roll days, boss. She was cool. She's the person who took me to see The Big Lebowski. Right? Dude, The Big Lebowski, I had not seen a fucking commercial for it, right? I had never heard it. At the time, I didn't have a TV set. You know what I'm saying? And Zara's like, we got to go see this movie. She took me to a theater and I watched The Big Lebowski. Like, talk about mind blown, having no idea who's in it. I didn't know it was a Coen Brothers movie. I had no idea. I just walked into the theater, into that movie, and was like, holy shit, this might be the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. Dude, it was great. That's why I don't like to watch trailers for the most part, because I like to be surprised like that. But dude, I'll never forget that. I mean, just a crazy movie to see, dude. So good. There's a great troll by whoever it was that said the Arabic numerals. Yeah, no, I know. They fucking, that shit went like wildfire, didn't it? Dude, the dude abides. Dude, my favorite thing is just in the beginning. Where's the fucking money, Lebowski? Where's the fucking money, shithead? And he pulls his head up and he's like, I know it's down there somewhere. Let me take another look. Dude, when they're fucking shoving his face in the toilet. Oh my God, so good, dude. And the Jesus, do not mess with the Jesus. Dude, so good. Dude, that movie's epic. All right, guys, we need 7 in 9 minutes. Let's go. 7 and 9, baby. 7 and 9. Dude, and John Goodman was great too. Dude, a toe. I'd get you a toe by 3 p.m. Fucking amateur. Dude, they sent you a toe. That's it. Or the guy, dude, the other favorite scene of mine was the car. When the dude goes to town on his car with the fucking crowbar. Bro, he's... Dude, when he fucking goes out, Sobchak thinks the car belongs to the kid whose dad is in the iron lung. Larry, you're killing your father, Larry. Dude, Elge Life, keep going, bro, from Brooklyn. Let's go, dude. My son just moved to Brooklyn. Let's go, LGL. Appreciate you. Dude, AK Ewan, let's go. Appreciate you, 66. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. For Brooklyn. For you. Life MD. There we go. We'll give you a little blown Trumpy. But, dude, when Larry, they're like, you're killing your father, Larry. He's stonewalling us, and Sobchak just snaps. Look outside, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. He goes out there, crowbars the guy's car, and then the guy comes running out and he's like, I hate your fucking car. And then it cuts to them. It's like a hard cut to them driving with the burgers and there's like no windshield. Dude. Oh shit. We'll get some burgers. We'll get some beers. This is what happens, Larry. Oh fuck. All right, Bradford. Let's go, baby. LFD, baby. All right, guys. We need 4 more. Dude, 4 more. Oh, that movie. Epic. Epic, dude. Dude, you have to watch it again. Dude, yeah, if you don't own it, you must own. That is a must own. Shock Tech. Some don't feel right about all this. Just you. What do you mean about like what's going on politically? About, yeah, I mean, dude, we're in weird times, guys. We are. It's like, it's hard. It's hard because everything feels like we're being gaslit because there's a real alternate reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, 3 more. We're going to get this. There's a real alternate reality because, I mean, look at like what the White House is doing. MTG Griff podcast coming soon. Probably. Let's go. Thank you, Freddie. You're out of your element, Donnie. Dude, you're like a child who wandered in the middle of the movie, Donnie. Thank you, Pinky. Dude, Social Butterfly, Pine Box Shuffle, let's go. Fuck you, Trippy. Oh, get shit on. All right, 1 more. Dude, 1 more. Dude, a double DVD set in a collector's edition bowling ball? No way, dude. No fucking way. No fucking way. Always thought Dumpy was just being narcissistic, wanting to surround himself with closeted gay dudes. Dude, dude, there it is. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗵 brings it home. There it is. We got it. All right, now let's finish. Let's finish this shit and then we dance. All right, the character in The Big Lebowski, yes, he does. Dude, he hates the Eagles. Dude, get your fucking gold-bricking ass out of my beach community. Dude, remember the sheriff of Malibu? Get your ugly gold-bricking ass out of my beach community. Dude, somewhere in Portland, I'll hold the Big Lebowski bowling nights. Dude, Bama girl, let's go. Get your ugly gold-bricking ass. Joe Walsh. Dude, Joe Walsh is good. I like the Eagles, okay? I do. I like the Eagles. I've always liked the Eagles, man. I grew up, I had a Hotel California 8-track, guys. Seriously, when I was like, I don't know, 6 years old or whatever, I got a Hotel California 8-track, right? From one of my older brothers. So that album, like, dude, I love the Eagles, man. I grew up loving the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac and ELO. And then I branched off from that 70s shit. Right. And I branched off because I was a teenager in the 80s and I got into like Def Leppard and Quiet Riot. And then I went to the 80s. I went to the English shit. I went to Human League and Thompson Twins and eventually, Depeche Mode and New Order and DOA and all that fucking dance stuff. Obviously, I was a dancer. So I went to the English dance kind of, shit. And then, the Smiths and shit like that. That's where I branched off from them. But, and then in the 90s, Seattle, I was an early discovery of Seattle. Cause like, I don't know, like OMD was great, dude. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, baby. So, my role in the friend group was I was like the music discoverer. Okay. So I made tapes for my friends of all the music that was going to be popular like 6 months from then. So what I did was I like listened to like KXLU, which was the Loyola Marymount fucking radio station. It was a local LA college radio. And dude, Shock Tech, let's go, baby. And then I watched MTV's 120 Minutes and I read all the music publications and shit. And so I got the scoop on the early breaking bands. Like I found out about Smashing Pumpkins right after they recorded Gish. I found out about Mother Love Bone like very early on. And then I used to make tapes for all my friends And my friends would then listen to it and be like, oh shit, this is really good. And then like a couple months later, all of those bands would be like on the radio and shit. So that was kind of my role, right? Dude, KROQ was great. But the best radio station in LA was the college radio, KXLU. Dude, it was so good. Like the DJs there in the 80s and in the 90s, like KXLU was like, the people who worked there were like, they knew all the touring bands that were like up and coming, dude. It was so good. And then KRQ, you had like Jed the Fish and Rodney Bingenheimer. Okay, he's a disgusting human, I think, but he had a fucking great radio show that introduced a lot of the UK rock and stuff. Dude, Bingenheimer, he lived in the apartment building my friend Russ did. Dude, he lived down on the first floor. Dude, Rodney Bingenheimer's apartment, like I went in there once. That guy, he was like a pack rat, dude. He was just a fucking partier. The DJ, Rodney Bingenheimer, and he lived in this apartment. He had fucking records stacked from like floor to ceiling. Just like his whole apartment was like a maze of records, dude. It was so weird, boss. It was so weird. Did I see G.G. Allen? I did not. I didn't like G.G. Allen, dude. I thought G.G. Allen was like, I was not into the self-harming shit, dude. He was a little too like, I thought G.G. Allen was kind of like, all right, you're a performance artist. You do your thing. But I was never into that shit, dude. That he was a little too aggressive and weird. He was, dude. He was like a self-harmer, bro. He kind of scared me a little, right? Dude, I didn't like that shit. I was more into like, in LA, I was more into like Fishbone and Jane's Addiction and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I know you guys groan when I say that, right? But so Ambrosia, let's go. Thank you, Kimberly and MAGA crying. They feeling stupid yet. Let's go, Angel. They are. And I'm not talking about Red Hot Chili Peppers with the albums. Like the Red Hot Chili Peppers before they were sort of like albumy, they were like a party band. Okay. They used to play like, I don't know, like backyard bashes and beach parties and shit like that. They played really weird gigs. They were like a bunch of surfer dudes that went to like Fairfax High, you know, and they just were like little scenesters. They were in the same scene as like Fishbone. Dude, Fishbone was like amazing, bro. Like Fishbone was one of my favorite bands, right? And because the Peppers, like most people didn't hear the Peppers until John Frusciante. But like 𝗏𝗏, their original guitar player was like, you know, they were like a way different fucking band, bro. Right? The favorite show I've seen at the Whiskey was the Nymphs, right? You guys know who the Nymphs are? Dude, here, I'm going to show you. It's Inger Laurie. Dude. Here, I'll show you. I'm going to put a link here. Okay? These guys. Right here, the Nymphs. Okay? There they are. Inger Laurie was their singer. Okay? These guys were an iconic band. Okay? 1989 is their photo, but Inger Laurie was their singer. She was a little mentally unstable. Okay? They were one of my favorite fucking bands in LA. They were so good. And they flamed out because she had a lot of mental health issues and she just couldn't keep it together. But I saw them at the Roxy, or not the Roxy, at the Whiskey, and it was like a packed house. And in fact, I jumped up on stage and fucking kissed her and then stage dove. She was like that kind of singer. It was pretty formative. And like my girlfriend at the time got a little upset at me, but I was like, dude, I wasn't like making out with her or anything like that. It was like, dude, you know, it was Inger Laurie. It was a Nymph show. Like, come on. I don't know. You know, she got over it though, because you know, we developed an understanding. But this was like one of the best shows that I ever saw. They had an album, the purple cover, this one right here, this album. Like, I highly recommend. If you guys want a great album, it's just called The Nymphs. It's Geffen Records. and it is a 90s fucking treat, dude. It is one of the best. 1991, I guess. It's not super commercial, but it's like a really grindy, like this was the band that, you know, I guess Incubus and Failure and the Deftones, a lot of those bands were sort of like built around the scene that was started by 𝗙𝗏𝗏 and the Nymphs. They were sort of like a chuggy psychedelic rock band, a lot of delay, but like they were really good, dude. They were so good. They were like the greatest band that like never was, you know, dude, really good, man. Good shit. But yeah. All right. We got to get back to this though. Let's go. Dude, highly recommend though. Dude, the Pixies are your favorite band? Dude, I've always thought the Pixies were like the most overrated band on the planet. Dude, my son hates it when I say that. Dude, he hates it when I say that. What album is on Spotify? Oh, is that the Nymphs? Dude, the Nymphs album is amazing. Let me see. Right? I'm looking at the track listing real quick. That, right? Dude, like, Just One Happy Day. Dude, fucking Death of a Scenester. Supersonic. Oh my God, dude, Wasting My Days. Like, all those songs are good, man. They're so good. Imitating Angels would have been like their radio hit, pretty much. Dude, it's so good. Fucking the Nymphs, like, dude, I'm telling you. Fucking, and 𝗙𝗏𝗏, like, dude, let me just show you, dude. She was so amazing, bro. She was like the 90s, right? If you look at her in the 90s, dude, she was like the 90s queen, okay? There she was, dude, right? You know what I'm saying? This was her band after the Nymphs. Her band after the Nymphs was Motel Shootout. But like, she was like I was absolutely obsessed with her, dude. She was like my huge rock crush in the 90s. Okay? There she is. Right? She had this like steampunk sort of look to her, and she was really outrageous in the way she both lived and played rock and roll. But she was like, you know, here's a picture of her with Jeff Buckley, right? Oh, that one's not letting me open it. There it is. There's her and Jeff Buckley. But yeah, dude, she's got some leather pants on. Dude, she's amazing, bro. Just really fucking unique, man. You know, she was like, you know what's really interesting? Now that I'm looking about it, right? Now that I'm looking at her, you know who she reminds me of? Dude, she reminds me a lot of 𝗵𝗡 𝗨𝗏, really, right? The way she's like costumey and like super fucking, she was super costumey. And now that I'm looking at her, she kind of reminds me a little bit of 𝗵𝗡 𝗨𝗏, but like, you know, 30 years ago, 35 years ago. But and I have a thing. I find 𝗵𝗡 𝗨𝗏's aesthetic. Here's one. This is Perry Farrell of Jane's Addiction and 𝗙𝗏𝗏. These are like my two favorites right here, dude. This right here was like all of my 90s, you know, was Perry Farrell and 𝗙𝗏𝗏. This was my scene, right? This was my fucking scene. They used to do parties at like warehouses, and there was a club on Highland called Scream that had like different themes. It was like, because you know what it was, guys? Is these guys were tapped into the goth, like the goth and the Nymphs and the goth and Jane's Addiction like crossed over, okay? And so I really liked the goth fucking, yeah, no, I know. Perry's a fucked up individual. He's really talented, but he's an asshole. He's super fucked up. Oh, did she die? No way, dude. Dude, no way she died. That sucks, bro. I didn't even know she was dead. But so they were like, they fused, if you look at it from a scene point of view, okay, what they did was they fused the goth aesthetic, right? The goth, like the pasty face, the bustiers, the girls wearing lingerie out to clubs, right? Over fishnets and shit. They fused, because for me, like, music was like a fashion thing too. And I was really into super pale, like jet black hair. Fucking did 𝗙𝗏𝗏 commit suicide? I mean, guys, I'm not surprised by that. If that's, she died of cancer. Somebody said she blew her brains out. I wouldn't be surprised if she had killed herself, because she had a lot of like deep mental health struggles. But Siouxsie and the Banshees was like a huge band of mine. And the Cure, early Cure, which was also an offspring of goth, right? Robert Smith was a huge goth fan, okay? Even though his music wasn't goth. But so it was cancer. No, I got it. But anyway, I was fucking in love with the goth scene, okay? I loved the goth scene. I liked a lot of the goth music. I liked the spin-offs of goth, like Love and Rockets and some of this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And so the Jane's Addiction and the Nymphs and those bands were like, they were rock bands that hung out in the goth scene. Because I didn't really love the goth music, like most of it, but I liked the scene. And so these bands were like my bands, right? I don't know, dude. The goth scene is like, it was always like gender fluid, and they just fucking had the best fashion, bro. Dude, you know what I'm saying? The goth had the best fashion, you know, and they, like, everybody I knew in the goth scene, like, they like to party, and I like to party. I like to get down, bro. So, dude, let's go. All right. Skinny Puppy. Dude, Siouxsie was amazing, right? Dude, John Lydon is a dink though now, dude. He's a MAGA shithead. Dude, John Lydon is? Dude, he's a fucking dumbass. But yeah, dude, 𝗙𝗏𝗏, amazing. Dude, I didn't know she died, man. That sucks, bro. She was from Minnesota or something, or I think she had lived in Minnesota for a while, right? She went back to New Jersey, all right? But she did go to Minnesota for a little bit, right? She came back. At some point, I thought she was like moved to Minnesota. So she diagnosed with cancer and died at 61, bro. No way, man. That's so crazy. But I remember she, like, in the middle of a record deal, okay? This was the big thing she fucking got known for, was like going into her record label and like peeing on the fucking president or the A&R guy's desk and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just had a lot of stunts, and then what they did was they made her go to rehab, and she went to Minnesota for a while, which was probably not the best place to go for rehab, because there was a pretty big rock scene. But you see, though, how she was all like, she was just super fucking, I don't know, cinematic, dude. But yeah, that's one of my faves, guys. All right, little sidebar. Did I like 𝗙EXY's Midnight Runners? No, I mean, I like that song, but I never bought any of their albums or anything. Oh, shit. Sorry, we're on fucking Top Chat. Let me fix that. There we go. You were a skater type? Nice. Yeah. All right, you ready? We got to get back to the action, guys. All right, we're getting back to the action. Back to Zoran and company. Dude, Bow Wow Wow. Oh, dude, I liked Bow Wow Wow, dude. Yeah. No, I Want Candy. That whole band was pretty good. Bow Wow Wow. I mean, Bow Wow Wow was like, they were a lot, I don't know, they had a little bit of that fucking I don't know, that Afro-Cuban sort of like Virgin Islands kind of drumming, like ethnic drumming and shit. Like 𝗣𝗚𝗚 was really interesting musically. There were a couple bands like that, like 𝗣𝗚𝗚, and Adam and the Ants was another one that were also had really like tribal, sort of like multicultural kind of music, sort of fucking, I don't know. They used like drums and you know, drums and rhythms and shit that were from like more of an international flair. I was a big Adam Ant fan. Let's go. Dude, they did a lot of shit. A lot of horns, a lot of fucking tribal drumming, you know? Dude, all right, you ready? Let's go. Dude, 𝗣𝗚𝗚, were they ex-Adam and the Ants? Perfect. Of course, that makes sense. Dude, I'm telling you though, you ready? You ready for one of the best shows I've ever seen? You're not gonna believe this, but one of the best shows I ever saw, I saw here in Portland at the Crystal Ballroom, 2 drummers, and you know the band it was? It was Stereolab, right? I saw Stereolab with 2 drummers, and like the singer played like a French horn. The singer, she's a French woman, I think, or something, I don't know, maybe she's Portugal. I think she's from France. But she played, it's like French cafe music kind of, but with 2 drummers. And the singer plays like a French horn through a bunch of effects and shit. Dude, it was so good. Yeah, dude, it was a good show. Really intense. Is she French? All right. Dude, she's so good. All right, you ready? Back to politics. Musical sidebar has ended. Now we're back to politics. All right, you ready? Let's go. Dude, let's go. Dude, Santana. Dude, I met Carlos Santana. All right, one more story. Dude, I met Carlos Santana. All right, it's a funny story. So I went to San Francisco, right? And just took a trip up there. And it was back around the time I was touring. And there was a hotel I liked to go to that was kind of ritzy, where the rooms, you had a view of the Golden Gate and the fucking Oakland Bay Bridge. Okay, it was kind of in the Tenderloin. All right, the hotel was a little bit beyond the Tenderloin, but it was like on the outskirts of it, and it was like really fancy. It's expensive. It's like $500 a night. Okay, but I would go to San Francisco sometimes, and I would splurge. I would swipe a credit card to stay at this really nice hotel. So I was there once, and I get in the elevator, and Carlos Santana is in the elevator, and he's got his guitar case. I guess he was like, had a show or whatever, and I was chit-chatting him, but you know what happened to him? Check this out. So we were both going to our rooms on the same floor, and I'm like, I can't believe I just met Carlos Santana and just got to talk to him in the elevator. And he like swipes the card and opens his door, and a woman just screams because they gave him a key to a room that was occupied. And he walked in on a woman who was like getting out of the shower, bro. So this woman had Carlos Santana just walk into her fucking room, and she's like screaming, and he's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Dude, isn't that funny? Can you imagine being a woman who like gets to tell that story about the time you got out of the shower naked and Carlos Santana walked in on you? I mean, I'm sure it was like horrible for her, but I think later, after the shock of it, it probably made for a pretty funny story. I mean, if anyone's gonna walk in on you, like having it be Carlos Santana is the way to go. Dude, oh shit, that's funny, bro. Oh man, all right, now back to politics. All right. Dude, I'm sure it was like super traumatizing. If she didn't know, like, oh shit, if she didn't know who he was, then like, yeah, that's like super scary. I bet she probably didn't know who he was, right? Which is why she fucking screamed so loud. But dude, the hotel though, I'm sure they got like a free vacation out of it, because that's a pretty huge fuck up, dude, to give you a key to a room. you know what I'm saying, that's already occupied, like, dude, not cool, right? All right, you ready? Let's get back to the politics. All right, here we go. Dude, let's go. All right.
They're coming down high. They were, we had, both of us, we had the highest inflation in the history of our country the last 4 years under the Biden administration. And we've got inflation down now to a normal number. It's going to go even a little bit lower than that. Katie, do you have something in a bit?
Mr. President, thank you so much. Mr. Mamdani often talks about New York City being covered by international law, that they will follow international law. Doesn't often talk about the U.S. Constitution. What is your response to that?
Well, I don't know what you're referring to in terms of it could be covered by international law, local law. It's covered by a lot of laws, but it's covered by U.S. law. Are you referring to anything in particular?
He just says that they're a city that endorses and enforces international law. Is that at odds with?
No, I don't know. Would you want to? Do you want to respond to
Yeah, I think what I've shared with the president is our desire to not only follow the laws of our own city, laws that protect New Yorkers, but also a desire for consistency in our politics across the board. And that's something that we've talked about and something that I know many New Yorkers want.
We were with ICE.
We discussed ICE and New York City, and I spoke about how the laws that we have in New York City allow for New York City government to speak to the federal administration for about 170 serious crimes. The concerns that many New Yorkers have are around the enforcement of immigration laws on New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs, and most recently we're talking about a mother and her 2 children, how this has very little to do with what that is.
What we did is we discussed crime more than ICE per se. We discussed crime, and he doesn't want to see crime,
Dude!
and I don't want to see crime. And
Trumpy is in love, bro. Trump in love, Trump in love, Trump in love with Mamdani. Trump in love, Trump in love. Dude, he is so smitten, bro. Fallen, you can tell Trump is desperate to be sucking up. Yeah, dude. You know what this is, guys? You know what this is? I'm telling you right now, it is a star crush. Okay? It is like somebody, it's like my girlfriend meeting Brad Pitt, right? It would be like me meeting Margaret Qualley. It's a star crush, okay? Dude, yeah, Zoran is the new Bubba, 100%. You know what I'm saying? It is, dude. It is such a fucking star crush. It's like Trump's approval rating is 30%. Zoran's is like 80%. And Trumpy is like, please take me with you. Dude.
I have very little doubt that we're not going to get along on that issue. He wants to, and he said some things that were very interesting as to housing construction, and he wants to see houses go up. He wants to see a lot of houses created, a lot of apartments built, etc. And we actually, people would be shocked, but I want to see the same thing.
Dude, you know what I just thought of? You know what I literally just thought of? Here's another angle. Dude, if Zoran's building a bunch of new housing, I bet Trump wants to be in on this, right? I'm serious. Trump is probably like, how can we get in on this new housing, right? I mean, because he's effectively been booted out of New York. New York hates him. He probably sees Zoran as maybe his way of getting back into the New York market, right? Get his family in their building. And Zoran's like, yeah, I'll let you get in here and building if you fucking let me fucking get wins, you know? Dude, he is like, bro, dude, yeah, Trump is definitely jealous, but he's trying to weasel his way in there, guys. Trying to weasel his way in.
Anti-Israel protesters.
Jack?
Mr. President, I want to know.
Oh, here's the question, dude. Dude, this is funny. This is the 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀 question. Okay? Watch this question. This is White Boy Summer, fucking 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀. And then we got to look at Benny Johnson's tweet after this because 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀 asks this question and gets shit on. And then Benny Johnson is like, good job, Jack. Dude, watch this. This is amazing.
Mr. Mamdani, anti-Israel protesters.
Jack?
Mr. President, I want to know one of the policies as well that
Mayor-elect Mamdani talked a number of times about on the campaign was shifting the tax burden for property taxes from what he called minority communities to white-based communities and putting more taxes on white people. I also noticed that in your acceptance speech you didn't mention anything about America.
Dude, did you see that? Look at, let's pause here because 𝗙ecie is a bitch, but look at what he did. It's a stupid question, and Zoran made fun of him, right? Like Zoran, I think, told Trump that 𝗙ecie is going to ask me this question about white taxes, and 𝗙ecie asked it, and he says to Trump, see what I told you? This is what I was talking about, and they're laughing at fucking 𝗙ecie, right? Dude, they literally, like, Jack's got his big fucking moment, and they're literally just fucking, dude, I mean, he is such a clown. What a clown. All right, here we go, dude. What a moment, dude. Zoran just killed it. Yeah, no, I'm rewinding. Dude, he fucking dunked on him. Oh, my God, dude. Here we go.
Apartments built, etc. And, you know, we actually, people would be shocked. But I want to see the same thing.
Mr. Mamdani, anti-Israel protesters.
Jack?
Mr. President, I wanted to know one of the policies as well that Mayor-elect Mamdani talked a number of times about on the campaign was shifting the tax burden for property taxes from what he called minority communities to white-based communities and putting more taxes on white people. I also noticed that in your acceptance speech you didn't mention anything about America or Christians or white people in general, and so I didn't know if that was one of the policies that you guys had spoken about.
We focused on affordability. We focused on the cost of living crisis. What I will say is that I am very much interested in property tax reform because what we see right now in New York City is a system that is so inequitable that it can't even stand up in court. And the President and I spoke about the importance of not only building more housing, but also making sure that regulation of housing is something that is manageable to actually get through and not the cause of yet another weight that we see in our city.
To be clear, you're continuing this idea of race-based property taxes.
No, to be very clear,
that's what you said.
No, the use of the term was a description of neighborhoods, not a description of intent.
So you intend to tax the whiter neighborhoods more?
No, we intend to create a fair property tax system because we want a New York City that is not only fair and equitable, but also one that every New Yorker can afford.
Dude, he just shit on him, bro. Dude, yeah, thank you, Natalie. So he just fucking shit on him. Absolutely shit on him because he tried to rail him with the white taxes. They laughed at 𝗙cie. And then he said, no, I just want a fair system. Oh, what about the white people? Well, no, that's about the neighborhoods, not the intent. Oh, so you intend? And he's like, no, I'm going to do a fair tax system. But look at what Benny Johnson said, guys. Look at this. Look at what Benny Johnson says. He says, watch, 𝗙ecie just called out communist Zoran Mamdani to his face over his plan to tax white people more. Right? It's clear you're continuing. No, it's what you said. The use of the term was a description of neighborhoods, not a description of intent. So you intend to tax the whiter neighborhoods more. We intend to create a fair property tax system. And he's like, this is how it's done. And dude, I'm like, he got shit on. Dude, everybody down here is like, dude, he got fucking shit on, bro. Oh my God, dude. Isn't that funny? And Benny's calling this a win. Dude, the 𝗏𝗏, the 𝗏𝗏 is so insane, bro. He's like, oh, you called him out. But guys, the laughing, like Trump and Zoran laughing at 𝗙ecie while he asked the stupid question is one of the greatest things I have ever seen just in my life. Where you can tell that Mamdani said, we're going to get this question, right? And then when the question came, he has Trump like laughing with him at 𝗙ecie, right? Dude, Orphan, I love you, but I don't think I can call 𝗙ecie a reporter, all right? I know what you mean, but I think we have to be careful with that term, dude. But yes, stupid reporters, but reporter and fucking quotes. Dude, 𝗙ecie is such a shitter, dude. He is. Dude, he is a shitter, boss. Oh my God, that guy. What a clown, dude.
Please, God.
Mr. Mamdani, anti-Israel protesters just targeted a synagogue in New York. Are you concerned about Jewish New Yorkers feeling welcome and safe in the city? And President Trump, you threatened to cut off federal funding to New York City. What policies would prompt you to do that? Would that be city-run grocery stores? Would it be something else?
Well, I think if we didn't get along, whether it's cut off or just make it a little bit difficult or not give as much, we want to see, I use the term, we don't want good money going after bad. And we don't want that to happen. I don't think
Dude, Trump, if we didn't get along, right? Like, dude, what a shitty... I mean, Trump's so obvious. If we didn't get along, I'd deny New York money, right? That's his thing. If we don't get along, I'm gonna fucking take your money away if I don't like you. Like, dude, he's such a shitter. But like MAGA, yes, MAGA are mad because Trumpy is like ass kissing majorly. He's like, I love Zoran, so I'm gonna give Zoran whatever anybody wants. You know what I mean? Yeah, this was a great move, dude. It's a great move because Zoran went in there and knows how to he knows how to play the power game, right? Dude, it's part of the game, guys. If you're going to go into power politics, you have to know how to go in to rooms with people like Donald Trump. And I mean, guys, I know we hate Donald Trump, okay? We do. We hate him. He's a scumbag. But let me just tell you, if you are out there and you want to rise in corporate America, you want to rise in the film industry, you want to rise in any major industry, entertainment, whatever, you have to know how to handle these guys. Okay? You do. And what's crazy about it is you can literally tell them to fuck off and that you think they're total pieces of shit. But when you go in the room with them, if you fucking know how to schmooze with them, they don't care, right? They don't care. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can go in and fucking schmooze and be straight up and not be weak. You know what I'm saying? I think like being weak is problematic. I think Zoran is not weak, but you do have to know how to go in and deal with these fucking sociopathic, ego-driven people. Because there's just so many of them, guys, right? And the thing that I always do, that I'm sure Zoran did too, what I always do is I become laser focused on like you go in and you find one area where you don't want to just smash their head open, right? Like, for example, it could be like New York real estate. Trump loves New York real estate. Zoran loves New York real estate. So he could do all his homework on New York real estate and go in there and we share this love of New York and New York real estate. And then you go in there and you just exist around that shared thing. And then that's how you play. You have to find some tiny bit of common ground. And then you have to like sit in it and engage with it. You know, and like, I think like not kissing up to them, right? Everybody kisses up to those sociopaths and they like it when you don't kiss up, when you fucking go in there with the fucking an agenda and a directness and not like, I'm not fucking gonna beg for your fucking approval. Like, here's what I got. And you know what I mean? And then you just like fucking, you schmooze them, you know? It's important, right? Right? Yeah, they'll call you commie online. They finally want to be BFFs. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the shit that gets said in politics, guys, is just trying to win. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like they're trying to win, right? You know, and then once you have power, you know, still can't believe that I thought the dead was country. Dude, Sab, they're hokey like country, okay? I don't think they are country, but they have a lot. I mean, bluegrass, they're bluegrassy, and bluegrass is kind of country, right? I'm right. Come on now. They're hokey like country. They're not country, but they have the same hokiness. Dude, you like that? You don't like that word, do you? Hokey? Dude, let's go. Dude, they're hokey like it. Folksy? Yeah, folksy is hokey like country. Let's go. Dude, Sab's never going to forgive me. You can't stand country? Dude, I love country. Old country. Dude, like fucking Tammy Wynette and Loretta Lynn. Oh my God, dude. I listened to Tammy Wynette and the woman who sings Delta Dawn. Fucking, hold on. Tanya Tucker. That's right. I couldn't remember her name. But dude, Tammy Wynette and Tanya Tucker and shit. I love them. Dude, Jenny hates Tanya Tucker. Oh my God. There's a song, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, that fucking I love. Dude, I used to listen to it on repeat. All right. We got to get back to the fucking politics though. Here we go.
It's going to happen. I did say that, you know, subject to what policies are being said. We had a meeting today that actually surprised me. He wants to see no crime. He wants to see housing being built. He wants to see rents coming down, all things that I agree with.
Dude, all Democrats want that. That's what's so dumb about this shit. All Democrats want no crime. All Democrats want more housing. All Democrats want housing to come down. Like, dude, we literally want all those policies. Trump is like a fucking moron, bro. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's like Trump just here's what I picture. Trump sits in a room and Stephen Miller follows him around and tells him all day long, Democrats want crime. Democrats are trying to cut your kid's dick off. Democrats are doing this. Democrats are doing that. And Trump's like, oh, really? Give me another Diet Coke. Give me another Diet Coke, Stevie. Dude, you know? All right.
We may disagree how we get there. The rent coming down, I think one of the things I really gleaned very much today, he'd like to see him come down, ideally by building a lot of additional housing. Yeah. That's the ultimate way. He agrees with that, and so do I. But if I read the newspapers and the stories, I don't hear that. But I heard him say it today, and I think that's a very positive step. No, I don't expect. I expect to be helping him, not hurting him. A big help, because I want New York City to be great. Look, I love.
Dude, did you hear that? I expect to be helping him, not hurting him. A big help. Dude, everyone in the Republican Party is just like, fuck, bro. This was their big battle, guys. This was their big fight. This was fucking, like, Zoran is the jihadist, communist enemy who is anti-Trump, and he is the Democratic Party is now these radical leftists. And Trump is like, I love this guy. He's just like me. I'm going to help him as much as I can. Dude, he threw all of MAGA right under the bus, dude. That quote is amazing.
Ultimate way. He agrees with that, and so do I. But if I read the newspapers and the stories, I don't hear that. But I heard him say it today, and I think that's a very positive step. No, I don't expect. I expect to be helping him, not hurting him. A big help. Because I want New York City to be great. Look, I love New York City. It's where I come from. I spent a lot of years there. Now I'm right here. We took a big setback with the mayor that we had, named de Blasio. I thought it was a tremendous setback for the city. I think this mayor can do some things that are going to be really great.
Mr. President,
oh, fuck, bro.
Mr. President,
okay, how about you? Go ahead, please.
You're a billionaire. You have a different address nowadays than you used to, but you used to call New York City home. Would you feel comfortable living in New York City under a Mamdani administration?
Yeah, I would. I really would. Especially after the meeting. Absolutely.
Oh my God. Would you feel comfortable living in New York under a Mamdani administration? He said, yes, I would. Dude, the Republicans, dude, he just shit on them so hard, bro. He like shit on them so hard. This is a fucking campaign ad right here, guys.
What makes you comfortable?
We agree on a lot more than I would have thought. I think I want him to do a great job, and we'll help him do a great job. You know, he may have different views, but in many ways, you know, we were discussing when Bernie Sanders was out of the race, I picked up a lot of his votes, and people had no idea because he was strong on not getting ripped off in trade and lots of...
Dude, this is what I said. When Bernie Sanders dropped out, Bernie Sanders drew a roadmap for Donald Trump on how to win the white voter. I'm telling you, when he went against Hillary, once Bernie dropped out, Donald Trump just started making like Bernie Sanders commercials, but with Donald Trump speaking, and that's how he won the white middle American voters. It was Bernie, okay, that he followed Bernie's roadmap. And I mean, dude, he said it out loud. I emailed Hillary's campaign multiple times being like, you need to do something about this. Dude, fucking Trump is playing Bernie's campaign and you're going to lose. And they ignored me, bro. They ignored me. That's crazy that he admits it.
As you know, we were discussing when Bernie Sanders was out of the race, I picked up a lot of his votes, and people had no idea because he was strong on not getting ripped off.
I had an idea. I saw it.
Things that I've practiced and been very successful on. Tariffs, a lot of things. Bernie Sanders and I agreed on much more than people thought. And when he was put out of the race, I think quite unfairly, if you want to know the truth, many of the Bernie Sanders voters voted for me. And I felt very comfortable, frankly, in seeing that and saying that. And, you know, it just turned out to be a statistical truth. But no, I feel very comfortable. I would feel very, very comfortable being in New York, and I think much more so after the meeting. Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a question for you, but a very quick one for the
Please.
mayor. Why did you fly here? Aren't trains greener?
I will use every form of transit, and I want to make sure that they're all affordable in New York City, and that's why making buses fast and free is a centerpiece of our campaign.
There is a bus that goes.
Well, but I know, but it'd be fluid. That's a lot quicker too. You know, I mean, he's working very hard for him to be.
Dude, they're trying to slam Mamdani, and Trump is defending him. They're like saying, if you're fucking, why did you fly here instead of taking a bus if you're a bus guy? And Trump's like, why are you attacking my boy here? Why are you attacking Bubba? Leave Bubba alone, dude. Dude, Trump is defending him to the press, dude. The media's trying to cock block. Dude, so funny.
And that's why making buses fast and free is a centerpiece of our campaign.
There is a bus that goes.
Well, but I know, but it'd be fluid. That's a lot quicker too. You know, I mean, he's working very hard for him to be. That's a very long drive. I'll stick up for you. You know, the plane takes you 30 minutes and driving takes you a
And
long
Mr.
time.
President, I was wondering if you could clear up some confusion around a Washington Post report. There was this explosive report that the Coast Guard is no longer going to characterize swastikas and nooses as hate symbols. DHS called that a lie and fake news. Can you clear up?
I don't know anything about it. When was this written?
I think yesterday.
Well, look, the Coast Guard's an incredible group of people. I know them very well. We just ordered a lot of new Coast Guard cutters. Beautiful, the most magnificent ship. They look like yachts with lots of guns on them. So I don't know. I haven't seen any report like that, but certainly we want them to remain a great force, and they are.
Mr. President, and you did the piece in all the 9 months around the world. I would like to ask Mr. Mamdani, you've accused the U.S. government of committing genocide in Gaza while President Trump was working on peace. Why that?
I've spoken about the Israeli government committing genocide, and I've spoken about our government funding it. And I shared with the president in our meeting about the concern that many New Yorkers have of wanting their tax dollars to go towards the benefit of New Yorkers and their ability to afford basic dignity. And what we see right now is we're in the 9th consecutive year of more than 100,000 school children being homeless in our city. And there's a desperate need not only for the following of human rights, but also the following through on the promises we've made to New Yorkers. And I appreciated the meeting we had and the work that we can do.
Do you agree that President Trump did do a peace and work hard to make the peace? Because he worked hard to do the peace in the Middle East and everywhere. Do you agree with that?
I appreciate all efforts towards peace, and I shared with President Trump that when I spoke to Trump voters on Hillside Avenue, including one of whom was a pharmacist that spoke about how President Trump's father actually went to that pharmacy not too far from Jamaica Estates, that people were tired of seeing our tax dollars fund endless wars. And I also believe that we have to follow through on the international human rights, and I know that still today those are being violated, and that continues to be work that has to be done no matter where we're speaking of.
Dude, do you see what he did there? First off, we got to go Kimberly Vanna or Kimberly Evans. Let's go. Thank you, Kimberly. And yes, I think Trump is trying to get back at his party too. He's like, you voted for Epstein. I'm throwing all of you motherfuckers under the bus. But did you see what Zoran did there? Again, all of these reporters are trying to bait Zoran. They're saying, did you say that Trump is committing genocide? And he said, I think Israel's committing genocide. I think the U.S. is funding it. And I don't like that. And I told him that. And he's like, so you're saying, will you say that Trump did a good job doing peace? And he didn't say Trump did a good job. He said, I will say I appreciate efforts to get peace, but they're still abusing human rights, right? He's just straight up. He wasn't like kissing Trump's ass. He wasn't doing a Schenk Uyghur and throwing his whole fucking party under the bus. He wasn't like, oh, hey, will you fucking go to Starbucks with me? It's like he's fucking sticking true to his shit and being fucking conversational and jovial with it, but he's also, you know, being very straight up, and he's not gonna like not pretend it's not a genocide, and he's also not gonna fucking say that like Netanyahu's not abusing human rights, you know? I mean, he's just really good. I love his communication, you know? It is very disciplined, and it's very earnest. You know what I'm saying? It's very earnest. Like, you can tell that he's not just reciting policy points. Like, you know, I mean, there are some politicians, even some that I love, that can't do that earnest sort of like chit-chatty part, right? They can only stick to the policy, but I feel like his policy is attached deeply to his own personal convictions. So for him, if he's talking about policy or talking about a personal conviction or talking about something that's important to him, it's all like one thing. Like he doesn't have like his policy platform and then he keeps his personal feelings aside. He like fuses his personal feelings and his policy positions to where he's just telling you what he's about. He's literally just sharing who he is and what he believes in all the time. And it's fucking, I think it's really wonderful. And yeah, dude, AIPAC, I mean, AIPAC has a problem, guys. They do. AIPAC has a problem because it's getting to the point of where it's becoming a little bit politically toxic to take AIPAC money. And you're ready for this, guys? It's both parties, okay? I feel like the Republican Party is almost going to be more anti-AIPAC than the Democratic Party pretty soon here. Like, they're becoming politically toxic on both sides of the aisle, okay? And it's about time, too. You know what I mean? It's about time. Dude, fuck them.
Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Do you view the mayor-elect as the true leader of the Democrat Party? And do you think Leader Schumer's and Leader Jeffries, have to follow his lead?
Well, look, I hope they have great leaders. This is a man that...
Dude, do you... Look at this. They're trying to get the soundbite. He's like, do you believe Mamdani is the leader of the Democratic Party? Because that was the Republican... They're going to, Mamdani's the leader. They're communist jihadists. You can't vote for Democrats. They're going to murder you all if you vote for them. But watch, dude, Trump is covering fucking Zoran's ass.
No matter where we're speaking of.
Mr. President.
So good.
Thank you, Mr. President. Do you view the mayor-elect as the true leader of the Democrat Party? And do you think Leader Schumer's and Leader Jeffries, have to follow his lead?
Well, look, I hope they have great leaders. This is a man that right now I think is focused on New York City. I really think he has a chance to do a great job. We're going to help him, but I really think he has a chance to do a great job. But I'll let you answer that. You consider yourself the leader of the Democrats. I think it's more appropriate for him.
I consider myself the next mayor of New York City, and I keep my horizons firmly on New York City, and I appreciate the meeting with the president, which focused again on the 5 boroughs and whether New Yorkers could afford to live there.
By the way, being the mayor of New York City is a big deal.
Absolutely.
I always said, one of the things I would have loved to be someday is the mayor of New York City. Being the mayor of New York, and especially now, because I think you're at really a turning point, one way or the other. It could go great, or it can go in a different direction. And I think you really have a chance to make it great. I appreciate what you're doing.
Mr. President, you said you love New York.
Dude, he even said turning point right there.
Mr. Mamdani, does New York City love President Trump?
New York City loves a future that is affordable. And I can tell you that there were more New Yorkers who voted for President Trump in the most recent presidential election because of that focus on cost of living. And I'm looking forward to working together to deliver on that affordability agenda.
Dude, he didn't say it. Do New Yorkers love President Trump? He's like, New Yorkers love affordability. Dude, he wouldn't say it. Bro, he's so smooth. Dude, isn't that funny? Oh my God. So first off, though, fuck Trump. Okay, Trump is a scoundrel, a smoozer. But dude, I saw somebody in the chat. Who was it? Let me go back up. Somebody up here said was 𝗙cie, right? 𝗙cie. I can't. I'm not gonna find it, but I remember 𝗙cie. It was you. 𝗙cie said, "I'm getting kamikaze vibes from Trump," and my God, dude, I was getting the same thing. Where it literally felt like Trump was flying a plane into the Republican Party, dude. Like he was literally just so upset at them, right? So upset at them for the Epstein thing that he's like, fuck it. I'm just going to take all the guardrails off and I'm just going to get my fucking blowtorch. Dude, look at what he did. He glazed Mamdani. Like, I've never even seen him look at, Vance or Rubio with the type of adoration he looked at Zohran Mamdani. He was like in awe of him, like interrupting and calling off the reporters, like protecting him, repeatedly saying how we agree on policy. He was kissing up. Right? Just totally trying to be cool. When sociopaths are cornered, they will get revenge. They will indeed, Fallen, every time. And then he said, I feel safe in New York. We agree on more than you think. He's not a jihadist, right? He's like, dude, oh my God. He just literally like burned him to the ground. He's tough on crime, right? he's like Bernie, me and Bernie and Zoran are all one big happy club, dude. dude, what do you think? After this, you think after Trump's done in 2028, he starts you think he starts stumping for Bernie and Zoran? What if he did? What if Trump went back? What if Trump went back to the Democrats after this to fucking get back at the Republicans? What if he did? Right? Even though the Democrats would be like, fuck you, but what if he just went out there and became the Democrats' best buddy as far as like him verbally offering support? Oh my God. I mean, I could see it. I could see him trying to do something like that. You know what I mean? Dude, he only says good things about Bernie. Yeah, it's Bernie. I mean, Tool, the reason why he says good things about Bernie is if it wasn't for Bernie's campaign, Trump would not have won in 2016. I'm not going to say it's Bernie's fault because Bernie wasn't trying to help Trump. Bernie had no intention of doing that, but Bernie had a real populist message. And when Trump's campaign saw that message resonate with the white, rural, middle-class voters, Trump just emulated it. He just repeated it after Bernie left. He filled that void, and he promised all the shit that Bernie was saying, and they believed him enough to distrust Hillary and vote for Bernie, or vote for Trumpy. And he kind of loves Bernie. You know what I mean? You're right. He lies. He was never going to do it. But for Trump, it was never about actually doing it. None of this has been about doing it. All of this has been about Trump winning and having that power and being president and being in control. Trump doesn't care about fucking policy, dude. He doesn't give a shit if people are happy or not. He just wants to get the win, dude. That's it. All he wants is the power and the crypto deals and the real estate deals and the hotel in Gaza. Like, he does not give two shits. If any of his agenda, he'll just lie, right? He'll just say his agenda's happening, even if it's not. He'll lie the whole time. He doesn't give a shit. Bro, he's just a bullshit artist looking for that fucking cash register. Always.
I got a lot of votes. One more. Go ahead. One or two more. Go ahead. I tell you, the press has eaten this thing up. You know, I've had a lot of meetings with the heads of major countries. Nobody cared. This meeting that you people have gone crazy. You know, outside you have hundreds of people waiting. This is just a small little group.
See, Trump is like, he's getting ratings with Mamdani, okay? Trump is getting ratings. See that? Mamdani, oh my God, I get ratings. Dude, this is like, everybody's like loving me, bro. I'm like the king, dude. Ratings, he's gonna have Mamdani over every fucking weekend, bro. You watch, pretty soon Mamdani's gonna be invited to the ballroom, dude. And, dude, so they're so dumb.
For some reason, the press has found this to be a very interesting meeting. The biggest people in the world, they come over from countries nobody cares. But they did care about this meeting, and it was a great meeting. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. President, I was going to ask you exactly that. Why do you think there's so much more, so much excitement around this than in some form?
Because I think he's different. All right? I think he's different. And that can be in a very positive way. But I think he's different than, your typical guy. Runs, wins, becomes mayor maybe, and nothing exciting. Because he has a chance to really do something great for New York. New York is at a very critical point. And he does need the help of the federal government to really succeed. And we're going to be helping him. But he's different than, your average candidate. He came out of nowhere. I said he has a great campaign manager standing over there. He came out of nowhere. What'd you start off at 1 or 2? And then I watched. I said, who is this guy? He was at 1. Then he was at 3. Then he was at 5. Then he was at 9. Then he went up to 17. I said, let's get a little bit interesting, right? And then all of a sudden he wins a primary that nobody expected he was going to win. It's a great tribute. It's an amazing thing that he did.
Glazing!
And I'll just add one thing to what the president said. Is one thing I also appreciated is in our meeting to appreciate a portrait of FDR and the incredible work that was done with the New Deal, and also in thinking about what it can look like when the federal government and New York City government work together to deliver on affordability. It can be transformative.
We have a great portrait of FDR that I found in the vaults that was missing for years. I found it, and I put it up. He's a Democrat, to the best of my knowledge. He's a Democrat. And when the mayor saw that portrait, he said, "Sir, do you mind if I have a picture taken by that portrait?" It's an amazing portrait. I hope the picture comes out good. But it's an amazing portrait.
Dude, he went after the FDR portrait. Can I take a picture with it, dude? He just fucking charmed his ass, bro, for the New Deal. By the way, guys, the New Deal, that's fucking socialism, okay? That is fucking socialism. Yeah, I know it is weird. Trump has never been this happy. Dude, Trump is like, dude, he is, Zoran just played it. Oh my God, dude.
In the cabinet room. So he's a big fan of the New Deal, I guess, and of FDR. Yes, ma'am.
The New Deal.
You said that you both spoke about crime.
Yeah.
There are many police officers set to come off the rolls at the end of this year in New York City. Are you going to allow those police to be replaced with police officers, actual cops? And are you going to require that that happens? Would there be some consequences?
Well, I hope it happens, but again, that's going to be ultimately the mayor's decision.
What's your answer?
Is that I look forward to delivering public safety with the NYPD, and I've said over the course of our campaign that we have the number of police officers today. They are the ones that's budgeted about 35,000 headcount. And I think the key thing is that we have to make it easier for police to focus on police work, not ask them to respond to 200,000 mental health calls a year.
So is that a reduction from what you're at right now? Are you committing to maintaining the same level of cops?
I've committed over the course of the campaign to maintain the 35,000. That's the headcount that we had through the campaign.
And not replace them with caseworkers, social work?
No, I've said that's the headcount that we want. What we need to do is make sure they can focus on serious crime.
And he just retained a great police commissioner, I believe, right?
Yes, we did, Commissioner.
Dude, see, they're so like these reporters. It's these MAGA fucking reporters with these shitty questions, where it's like, guys, the whole thing about policing is putting the police on the right crimes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like real simple. Okay, if you're going to shoot, right? If you're a hunter and you're going to shoot a pheasant, you don't take a fucking howitzer, right? Because if you shoot the pheasant with the howitzer, you're not going to have any pheasant left. So the whole point is if somebody's having a mental health crisis and they don't have a weapon, you don't have to send the SWAT team. Okay? You don't have to spend $50,000 of taxpayer money sending in the cops in this unit so the guy gets blown away and everyone's fucking traumatized. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is certain calls where there's just victims, there's no weapon, there's no crime in progress. You can send like precious resources that will help the victims and have their experience be better. You send the cops when they got a rifle. You send the cops when they got a hostage. You send the cops when a guy's beating his wife. Okay, you don't send the cops when you have a fucking schizophrenic dude who is like freaking out on a street corner. All right, that's how those guys end up dead. You know, I mean, it's real. It's just such common sense. They talk about fucking common sense, right? These Republicans do, but they have none. You know, and I know the reporters are all fucking InfoWars fucking, you know, they're all blowing bubba.
If the newspapers are correct.
That one they're correct about.
He retained, I think, somebody that is she's a good friend of some of the people in my family, of Ivanka, and they say she's really good, really competent, and he just retained her, so that's a good sign.
Oh, there's another move. See, he already did the political moves. He retained the police commissioner that is friends with the Trump family. Right? There you go. All right, there's another point for Zoran. Yes. Dude, he knows how to play, dude. He knows how to play.
Are there still topics that you see that you're disagreeing on in the future? And do you think you'll have more meetings like this?
There will be topics that we disagree on. I think we'll probably come to a conclusion, and ultimately he'll convince me or I'll convince him. You know, it's for the good of New York. Ultimately, it's for the good of New York. I don't care about affiliations or parties or anything else. I want to see if this city could be unbelievable, if he could be a spectacular success, I'd be very happy.
Do you think you guys will meet more in the future, too?
Excuse?
Do you think you'll meet again in the future, you know, throughout the administration?
I think we will. Yeah. I think we will. I hope we do. I enjoyed the meeting. We had a
I
great
hope
meeting.
we do.
Please.
Mr. President, Republican 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶𝗍 has campaigned multiple times by calling Zoran Mamdani a jihadist. Do you think you're standing next to a jihadist right now in the Oval Office?
No, I don't. But she's out there campaigning, and you know, you say things sometimes in a campaign.
Isn't that sort of
She's a very capable person.
Oh, fuck, he just
But,
threw
you
Stefanik
really
under
have
the
to ask
bus.
her about that, but I don't particularly. I think I met with I met with a man who's a very rational person. I met with a man who really wants to see New York be great again, and I can say again, because New York was great. You know, when I came down to Washington initially, the city was so hot; it was doing great. We were having some telltale signs of problems. We had a mayor that...
Dude, at this point, attention world, right? If you know Elise Stefanik, you need to call her right now because she is trapped under the bus. Okay, send help. She is under the bus. Okay, in fact, she's under a wheel right now. You need to go get her. All right, Trump fell in love with her opponent and just sank her goddamn campaign, bro. Dude, he is on the warpath, boss. I think he's on the warpath. I think he's getting even for the 427 Republican votes to release the Epstein files, right? He's like, all you had to do was support me on Epstein, and you all threw me under the bus. So now I'm fucking throwing your whole goddamn game. Oh, shit.
Was not doing a great job, but still, it was moving along, and it went bad. It really went, you know, pretty bad. And he can, I think it's been at lower points, but it went pretty bad. I think he can bring it back. Now the question is, will he bring it back all the way? Will he bring it back greater than ever before? Which is, I guarantee, that's his wish. I think he wants to make it greater than ever before. And if he can, we'll be out there cheering. I'll be cheering for him. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Dude, wow.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no, I care very deeply about Jewish safety, and I look forward to rooting out anti-Semitism across the 5 boroughs and protecting Jewish New Yorkers and every New Yorker who calls the city home.
Dude, wow. Dude, do you see that? Do you see that? Did you look at this? Look at he answers this question and watch Trump. Trump even looks up at him and says, that's good. Like Trump is blown away, I think, with the savvy that Zoran has with just answering everybody and just putting the reporters out of commission. Trump is like, wow, this guy is like a golden goose. Watch him. He even says to Zoran after he says that, he was like, that's good, right? How he just silences them.
Calls City Hall.
Dude, he's like Zoran just fucking puts these reporters out of commission, bro. Dude, Trump is in love, dude. Oh my God, dude. Oh shit, bro. He loves ratings. I mean, that's kind of what this is, guys. Make no mistake, right? This is Trump loves ratings. Zoran is the ratings king, right? And even here, like the whole time, like Trump got to be the good guy, right? They were all attacking Zoran, but instead of Zoran, remember when they were all attacking Elon Musk and Elon was like, didn't know how to deal with it, was just sitting there in a fucking ketamine haze trying to figure out what's going on, or he was like staring at the fucking carpet. And he's like, here, everybody's attacking Zoran. Trump's like, nobody's attacking me. I get to sit here and just say, I love him. And Zoran's being nice to me, and he's the ratings king. Brad Pitt over here is like hanging out. Dude, Trump is, I've not seen him so, like, he is in love, bro. Oh my God, dude. He's in love. You know what I'm saying? But you also, you see Trump's truth, that he's transactional, okay? You know what I'm saying? He's transactional. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about politics. He doesn't care about any of that shit. He's probably trying to get a little bit of the fucking, that New York real estate, right? Maybe get some of his buddies or whatever in on these contracts. Zoran, I think, made a very smart move in holding on to the police commissioner that was a Trump family friend, which is like, again, that's part of the politicking, right? If you have a person like that, they're a family friend. You guys, did you see Casino? Did you guys see Casino? Right? Casino is the cautionary tale. Those guys were mobsters, okay? There was the guy who worked in the casino, the gaming commissioner's nephew. And the gaming commissioner even said, I know my nephew is a fucking dipshit. I know he's incompetent. I know he's brain dead. Can you just make him a busboy or something? Just put him anywhere in the casino. And if the casino owner, if De Niro had said, yes, I will, he doesn't go down. But like, he fucking fired the nephew, and then they went after him and they fucking brought him down. I mean, that's just the way politics works. You have to, like, you know, you have to make smart moves sometimes, you know, but Zoran did it without like sacrificing his principles. He didn't go there and bash the Democrats. He didn't go there and bash, you know, kiss up to the Republicans. He didn't go there and toot Trump's horn. He avoided saying anything about, you know, I love Trump, or even Trump's done a good job. He stayed true to his message and the fact that he's willing to work with Trump because he wants the federal government's support in order to fucking shape New York. And this is the same reason why AOC and Zoran are working with 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗄𝗎, okay? Because 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 is tied to a power structure that can help Zoran, can help AOC, right? They're going to protect Jeffries in order to fucking become part of that machine, right? In order to become part of that machine, because they want to change the machine. But I do, though, after seeing this with Trump and seeing the 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗄𝗎 sort of AOC and Zoran like protecting 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, I'm curious about Schumer, right? I think Schumer might be getting the axe. That's kind of the protecting Jeffries makes me think that they're going to save Jeffries, and Jeffries is going to help them knock off Schumer. Jeffries and Hochul are going to help AOC take Schumer's fucking seat. I think maybe, right? You know what I'm saying? I think Schumer, and he's old, so they can knock him off and with minimal disruption. So I think that's the coalition that's happening, right? As soon as Hakeem endorsed Zoran, I was like, that's weird, because he waited till the end, but he endorsed, and I believe it helped a little bit. It was like it eased centrist nerves. Okay, centrists who didn't want to vote who were confused. They didn't want to vote for Cuomo, but they didn't trust Mamdani. Some of those people got relieved. Their nerves were calmed when Hakeem finally came around. But I think Hakeem came around so AOC and Zoran would come around for him. And then I think maybe Schumer is going to be on the chopping block, boss. I think Schumer might be the guy who's on the block. I think maybe, dude. But there's definitely some power, right? There's definitely some power alliances that are being made. I mean, it started with Zoran and Hochul. Okay, Hochul was the first one. And I think because in the beginning, nobody was supporting Zoran, but once he won the support of Hochul, right, then it was like, oh shit, now they're like, he's playing, right? He's playing ball. He's not just trying to be a destroyer, right? And Jeffries wants to be speaker, right? And so they're making some alliances, boss. They are. And guys, the thing about this is my thing is this. I want to change the Democratic Party, but I don't want to change it the way Trump changed the Republican Party, okay? Because he came in as the outsider who took it over and strong-armed it and started kicking people out and took all the power, and it has not been good. It's not the good way to change. The way to change is to get people like Zoran and AOC and people that are progressive who can play the game, okay? Not a progressive who just picks fights and doesn't accomplish anything, but somebody who can unite with those middle power people and they play the game until they get up into power themselves, okay? And that, I think, is really how you change it. You need to have the people at the top be people like Mamdani and AOC, but you can't get there without protecting some of those middle of the road people that have the power, right? You have to know who to protect and who to knock off. You don't want to end up like Katie Porter, who goes and challenges Adam Schiff in a Trump year. She's never going to win. And now she's basically got no friends left in the party. The party's going to just let her sink, right? Because, she took the wrong fight. She should have just left Adam Schiff. Like, he was the Trump guy, dude. He was the fucking Trump's mortal enemy. Dude, I mean, there's a lot of shit. There's racism, there's misogyny, there's a lot of, I don't know. I'm hopeful though, guys, because I feel, you ready for this? I feel like the big racism, right? I feel like the big racism, dude, this person right here, I saw you ask earlier, if you're not a yes man, I know that person's just trying to come in here to say negative shit, so we're getting rid of them. Don't think I didn't see you come in here and ask if you're not a yes man. As soon as you did that, I knew you were going to come in and say some snarky, subtly fucking demeaning shit. I let you have one, boss. Bye, love. Yeah, sorry. I'm not going to let you fucking pollute my chat with your whiny little shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck off. But so I think the racism advances we're going to make, guys, is when it's the die-off. Okay, we talked about this the other night, how the average age of the Senate is 67, okay? And all of those people in government that are in their late 60s, 70s, and 80s, they were all people that were around. If you're in your 70s and 80s, you were around when segregation existed, okay? And there are people like Bernie who stood up and spoke out against segregation, but all of the people in the Senate that are 70 and 80, none of them spoke out against segregation when they were kids, when they were younger. They just went along with it, right? They went along with it and they made deals with Strom Thurmond and those guys. And so the thing is those people are going to die off and we're going to have a new evolution on racism and misogyny and shit. I mean, it started a little bit and we do have this redux of the, you know, the Nick Fuentes and all that shit, but I feel like their extremism is going to burn them out. And I think we're going to get some new blood that are growing up in a world where, you know, like my kid, okay, my son's 20 and him and all his friends, like they're really upset about Islamophobia. They're really upset about like racism and misogyny and disrespecting people's gender choices. And there's like millions of people like that in the world. And they're going to be having kids and influencing generations of people instead of like right now, it's like my generation, there's still a bunch of unhealed Gen X men who are raising sons that are creating the people that like Nick Fuentes. But we're going to have some new generations coming. Yeah. And so that die-off, I think, is going to be beneficial. I really do. I think it's going to be beneficial. Dude, I love you too. I'm glad you guys are here. Right? Let's go, baby. All right. So that was so entertaining. Dude, was that entertaining or what? All right. So Cenk and MTG. So let's talk about MTG real quick. Okay? Let's talk because here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch MTG's announcement. Then we're going to look at AOC, what AOC said, and then we're going to watch Cenk Uygur reacting. Now, the thing about MTG that I want to say is this, guys. Okay? Is I want to give my prediction because something is up with this. Okay? Something is up with MTG. I'm not exactly sure what her play is, okay, here. But we know that she sort of moderated a little and she took on Trump and she fucking, right? She didn't, let me rephrase that. She moderated a little and she attacked the Republican leadership and establishment and MAGA Mike in Congress and supported Epstein, which then drew the ire of Trump. I still, to this day, she never went against Trump. She never did. She never went against Trump. However, guys, there's a play here because, first off, her retirement, right? Her retirement just kicks in. So she waited until her 5 years of being vested and she's leaving with her retirement. Number two, she had some pretty crazy stock trades, okay? She did. She had pretty crazy stock trades. I think she made millions in the stock trade. She's probably going to have a podcast, right? She's sort of elevating her star, might have a podcast. But then I wonder, what is she going to do? Because I know people are saying she's going to run for president. I don't really see that. I mean, maybe she's crazy enough to do that, but I don't really know if I see that. But I do know that she is... they're starting to talk about passing legislation that won't let Congress people own stocks. And she made millions with stocks. So I think she's getting out while she hit that fucking cash register, right? And she made a lot of money. Okay, she did. Now, the other thing that I wonder, though, is if she's getting a little bit of revenge. Because I did see somebody online talking about it, about how whether you like Marjorie Taylor Greene or hate her, she was like beloved in her district. Okay, her fucking district, which is a chunk of voters, a chunk of Republican voters, they loved her, and now she can single-handedly help the Democrats win both Senate seats again. Okay? She can, by having her voters drop out of whoever's running. Like, she can affect Republican politics. She could probably significantly affect the vote for governorship just by who she campaigns against in her district. So she might be looking at political consultant money or something, or maybe she's going to get even. You know what I'm saying? from 700K to 25 million. Jesus. But the other thing though, guys, is I feel like she's gonna go the Nick Fuentes route, guys. I don't know why, but I feel like, you ready? You ready? I'm gonna drop a couple possibilities. Running mate to Tucker Carlson, right? Campaigning with Tucker Carlson when he runs for president. Could you see that? Her becoming heavily involved with the Tucker Carlson campaign? I could absolutely see that. I mean, it's gross and disgusting, but what I'm thinking of her elevating her star, attaching herself to Tucker, right? To do something crazy like that, okay? Or I see something with Nick Fuentes, guys. I feel like there's something, like she's going to be a saboteur. She's going to become somebody who uses her power to enact retribution on those who fucked her over. And I think she's going to try to advance that America First, Nick Fuentes Groyper agenda in some way, shape, or form. Don't think Tucker can win? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Tucker can win, but you know what's funny though? Is for real, the thing about Tucker running for president that you got to understand is this, guys. You ready? I'm going to blow your mind here. So the people like Tucker and the people like Nick Fuentes, they don't really care if Democrats win. Because if Democrats win, they just ignite their religious culture war and they get to fight harder and collect money because everyone's afraid that the devil's going to get them. So Tucker Carlson running for president could potentially cause J.D. Vance to lose, which then they just rail against the Democrats for 4 or 8 years and build political clout of how bad those guys are, and then they run again. So the thing is they don't need to win to get rich and to get powerful. They just need the mainstream Republicans to lose, okay? So this is part of the political game. Tucker can run and mount a significant challenge and move the Overton window, move the goalposts of right-wing policy by causing them to lose. And then his star gets elevated and he becomes the trustworthy guy, which repairs him after the fallout with Fox, with the defamation. So I think this whole thing about Tucker is he doesn't have to win. Okay, he doesn't have to win. He can advance the America First agenda, that religious, crazy mental agenda. And it's going to be like MTG, Tucker Fuentes, and Candace Owens, I think, are going to try to decimate they're going to fuck the guys that, right? The mainstream Republicans, they thought Trump leaving was going to be their rebuild. And it's like, no, I think they're going to get hammered again, bro. They're going to get fucked by more of their own, bro. Dude, you think MTG's not going to side with those guys? I think she is, bro. I don't know, man. I think she is. Even if she doesn't openly side with them, I think she's going to become a chaos agent to harm the people that harmed her. Because now she's rich, right? I mean, these guys, it doesn't matter. They don't fucking care who wins. They're unaffected, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're unaffected. Dude. Really hate is that former Repubs that get into the Democratic Party. Please let them build their own party. Yeah, I know the two-party system is gross. It sucks, dude. Dude, it fucking sucks, boss. But yeah, let's see, though. Let's see what happens with her. Let's watch her statement, though. Oh, my God, I'm not watching 10 minutes of this, though. Dude, what the fuck, bro?
Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man.
Dude, I just can't stand her. I'm serious, bro. Her face, like, she is such a trailer park, trashy, you know, like yelling at David Hogg, low grade, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Marge is a clear sign of someone waking up from a cult. Her behavior is slow but changing. I encourage it. She always has stood 10 toes on her crazy. She needs a landing zone to change. No, she does, May Money. I mean, dude, I do feel like it is possible. May Money's right. Coming out of a cult is possible. But I guess what I'm worried about is I'm worried that she's going to end up helping the Fuentes people out of retribution. Because I just don't know that she's, you know, ever going to become a Democrat, but we'll see. All right, Cenk watches it. We'll watch like a minute, and then we'll go watch the TYT.
Woman is a member of the House of Representatives. Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man and woman as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C., and just never fit in.
Yeah, no,
Americans
you were despised because you fucking were despicable. All right, let's be clear. Let's be clear.
Used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more.
See, again, she's trashing both parties, dude. The Groyper party may be being born, boss.
And the results are always the same. No matter which way the political pendulum swings, Republican or Democrat, nothing ever gets better for the common American man or woman. The debt goes higher, corporate and global interests remain Washington's sweethearts, American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas. Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations. Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interest.
Dude, can you imagine? You know what's crazy? When Natalie said America First Party, and then I thought of Elon Musk with AFD and how Elon Musk put that shit about Trump, about the files, right? The Epstein files. Elon was like, has made nice with Trump for now, but he was really mad that Doge got sacked and Trump never gave Elon the love he gave to Zoran Mamdani. What if Elon Musk created like an AFD in America with his money, his $1 trillion resources, and Tucker and Marge and Fuentes, and you know what I'm saying? I could actually see that shit, right? Dude, Tiana, let's go. I mean, it would be scary as shit, but it would probably sink the fucking Republican Party. But can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my God, I love that fucking sticker. Thank you, Tiana. Let's go. Give you a trophy too. He did. And remember, he got the America PAC. I'm telling you guys, he said he wanted a new party and he has his little America, right? America PAC. Okay? This shit right here, dude. Isn't that Elon's? No, it was just America. That's a fake one. Right? Is this one right here. There it is, right? A PAC funded by Elon Musk, right? Secure borders, sensible spending, safe cities, fair justice, free speech. It's all bullshit. But like, right, to support candidates, I really think, yeah, dude, I really think that's why he's going for the $1 trillion Tesla valuation, guys. I think Elon might try to be the godfather of a new, like, America First party that is like, you know, uses Trump. I don't think we're screwed though, chicken. I don't think we're screwed because if they start this party is going to, I think it's going to fuck the Republicans, right? I don't know. I don't see a lot of like civil rights oriented people that like human rights are never going to party up, especially if Fuentes is involved. But, and yeah, Elon's a terrible leader too. But dude, I'm telling you, I could see this. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I could see it. It's just something's going on. MTG drops out. She's got this whole both parties suck message, which I see that is being amplified by Candace Owens, by Tucker Carlson, by Nick Fuentes. They are like America First. Both parties are bad. Both parties are corporate. Both parties are purchased. But we want to have a nationalist, America First, Christian-based. And Elon's not a Christian, but he doesn't mind Christianity. He'll as long as he gets the government contracts and gets to pursue Mars on the taxpayer dime, he doesn't give a fuck, right? He doesn't care. He wants to just do ketamine and try to get to Mars with our money, right? So, dude, this is, I wonder if something like this is brewing, because something is fucking weird, you know? You know what I'm saying? I think something about this is there's a convergence happening. Once Charlie Kirk was taken out of the picture, he was like Trump's guy. And now it feels like these guys are wanting to rebel against, you know, there's like anti-Semitism and racism and misogyny and all that shit all cooked into scripture. Yeah, they're gross, dude. They're gross.
And the spending power of the dollar continues to decline. The average American family can no longer survive on a single breadwinner's income, as both parents have to work in order to simply survive. And today, many in my children's generation feel hopeless for their future and don't think they will ever realize the American dream. And that breaks my heart. I ran for Congress in 2020 and have fought every single day believing that Make America Great Again meant America first. I have one of the most conservative voting records in Congress, defending the First Amendment, Second Amendment, unborn babies, because I believe God creates life at conception, and I love to fight for the little guy. Strong, safe borders, I have fought hard for that.
Dude, she loves to fight for the little guy that she has never once fought for, ever. Right? Dude, what malarkey.
I fought against COVID tyrannical insanity and mandated mass vaccinations.
Oh my God, COVID tyrannical insanity. All right, we're going to go watch the TYT links because I don't want to watch this whole thing. But dude, this is, to me, I find this novel and bizarre, right? And I get this online all the time. All of these, whatever, America Firster, MAGA shitheads, they can see ICE agents masked running down the street in a group with rifles and tear gas, smashing windows in residential neighborhoods, dragging people out of cars and sending them to 𝗙COT. And they don't consider that to be tyranny, right? But if you have to wear a mask during a pandemic, it is tyranny. And dude, like my mind just reels. What is that about? How do they fucking, right? Like I had this guy talk about, if you come and take my guns, I'm going to fucking kill anyone who takes my guns. And it's like, no, you wouldn't. You don't even protest. You guys are afraid to protest. You could watch ICE agents roll up and steal your fucking wife and you wouldn't go get your gun. You're all talk. You guys are gutless turds who say, oh, I'll fight the tyranny of the government. But you're too afraid to even go to a fucking protest. You just sit at home on a couch crying about a gay kiss on Netflix. Like, you're not a revolutionary. You're not a fucking don't tread on me. You are a whiner. You can't even watch two men kiss without folding. You're certainly not ready for combat. Okay? If you can't watch a couple guys kiss or do the deed, there's no way you're going to survive in combat. Come on. Let's be real, bro. Dude. All right, screw these guys. Let's watch these. Natalie put some links for TYT. Let's see Cenk Uygur, because I think Cenk Uygur is bummed. Dude, MTG was like Cenk Uygur's like, he loved her. Okay, you saw him when he had her on. She came on the show. She was the only politician to do the show except for Ro Khanna, right? And MTG was on there, and Cenk was like so smitten with her. I think he wanted to bang, but regardless, he was like, oh my God, MTG, like, we're winning her over. MTG agrees with me. He's like, my name is Cenk Uygur. I love you, MTG. I'm going to win MAGA's heart. Right? And then she started moving into the sort of the center a little, and Cenk's like, see, I told you we can win them. She's going to be on our side now. And then she quit, dude. And now Cenk Uygur is going to be left with 𝗏𝗏𝗟𝗏 fucking whatever her name is, right? His favorite fucking, dude, Cenk Uygur. Now all he's got left is 𝗏𝗏𝗟𝗏, right? And Anna's running down the street screaming at her neighbor's dog walker about genocide. Right? Anna's like out walking her dog, yelling at her neighbors, I voted against a genocidal nation. Cenk's like, all right, I have Anna, I have 𝗏𝗏𝗟𝗏, and a fucking, You know, I have a cup of hemlock. What to do, bro? Dude, Anna is crazy. Dude, Anna, I'm going to draw a parallel here for you guys. Tell me you don't see a little bit of like Anna and Nancy Mace. I know they have different policy, but tell me that Anna and Nancy Mace aren't almost running the same fucking like mental collapse. I swear, Anna and Nancy Mace are like the outbursts in public, the crazy, I'll chase you down the street yelling about shit, even though you're just not even paying attention to me. The flip-flopping views, the like kissing ass of like right-wing figures. I mean, they're very different politically, but I feel like they're both having the same kind of meltdown, you know, where they're just crashing out. Yeah, crash out queens, crashing out. And they're obsessed with one thing, right? Like Nancy Mace is obsessed with transgender, protect the girls, and Anna is obsessed with Israel, okay? And they have these obsessions that they just, no matter what they do, Anna, it always comes back to Israel, Israel, Israel. Nancy Mace, it always comes back to hold the line, like transgender people. And they're like spinning on hamster wheels of those one issues. Meanwhile, they're dressing different. They look different. They're always grumpy. You never see them smile, right? Like, dude, Nancy Mace. All right, let's go. We got Cenk Uygur here. Oh, let's get it. Dude, and all right, here we go. So first we have a tweet from Cenk that is about MTG. I would have never imagined saying this, but don't go. Stay and fight, right? Even though we still disagree on so many things, you were one of the few honest people in Congress. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Oh my God, dude. Cenk Uygur wants to bang. There it is. Dude, what a fucking weirdo, bro. Dude, everybody in here is like, you have fucking lost it. Dude, you were one of the very few honest people. He is delusional, guys. The thing is, though, is Cenk, let me just tell you about Cenk, okay? Cenk is like, he thinks he is like the center of this populist movement. Okay, Cenk does. He thinks he is like the Donald Trump of this new populism, and he's like the king of this populism, but everybody just doesn't get it yet. He's convinced that you're going to get it, and he thought MTG was like part of this movement, and now she's gone, right? Oh, dude, he's so delusional. I mean, dude, he ran for Congress. He never even campaigned. He got like 6% of the vote. And he still is running around talking about how he could go in and like control, like change Congress overnight. It's like, dude, you couldn't even get 10% of the vote, bro. Like, you're never going to see Congress unless you're booking a tour, man. You know, like, who is he kidding? All right. And then there's another one here that is, I challenge MTG to a debate on whether she should stay or leave Congress. I'll take the side that she should stay anytime, any place. Marge. Oh my God, dude. Dude, he wants to fucking, right? Dude, he is delusional, bro. Nancy, Cenk, and Anna are, I mean, they are. They're, you know, have you guys, you know, like in school, like, so in school, in my school, there were a couple major groups, right? But there was like the jocks and the cheerleaders and the socias, right? The popular kids. And then there was like the theater kids, right? And the gender fluid kids, you know what I'm saying? And although like we didn't really call them gender fluid, but looking in retrospect, they were gender fluid. But we didn't identify that shit in the 80s because we were still under the constraints of not being able to publicly be gay. But then what ended up happening is sometimes if you didn't fit in the major groups, whatever groups were big, like you weren't a jock or a soc, and you didn't fit in with the nerdy theater kids or whatever, you would become an outcast. And you would just sort of like hate on everybody. And then you'd become the group of the people that just hated everybody. And you became your own group, right? And I feel like Cenk and MTG and right, I feel like they're a little bit of like trying to create that group politically of like, you know, these outcasts where they get to talk badly about everybody, but they're not really catching on. But dude, Marge, dude, yeah, I think the thing that's really hard is like the thing that's hard is you can't build a community if all you do is trash everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to pick like a side, and in a two-party system, you have to pick a side, and then you have to cultivate that side, right? Like everybody's going to ultimately pick a side in America for now. You know, I don't think you can just constantly be an outcast. You know what I'm saying? You do have to pick somewhere. You know, you can't like, you know, if Fran says you didn't make the cut, dude, Trumpy, or I called Cenk Trumpy. Cenk reminds me of Trump, dude. He's like delusional and arrogant, and like he's just doesn't have any of the, like Trump has a knack for being able to schmooze people, and Cenk Uygur does not. Cenk Uygur has like negative charisma, right? But he's got that same fucking, you know, delusional arrogance, but he just doesn't have the charisma to pull it off, you know? And yeah, Cenk was a Republican, okay? Cenk was a Republican, guys. Don't forget, Cenk just got mad at George Bush, okay? And then he got mad at George Bush. YouTube allowed him to blow up as this progressive, which was somebody who could bag on every side. And then he like went all in on not liking Obama, and then he hitched everything to Bernie thinking it was going to be the new thing, right? And then when Bernie not only did Bernie lose, but Bernie retracted his endorsement of Cenk when Cenk ran for Congress because of the incel blog scandal. And then Cenk was left with nothing, bro. Right? He even lost Bernie, dude. Dude. He is such a loser, bro. Dude, a loser. And you're right, he's no Hassan. I mean, dude, Hassan, though, has a side, man. Hassan is, like, clearly a leftist, dude. And Cenk Uygur was never a leftist, dude. Cenk Uygur's a Republican who got mad at George Bush, and then he kind of just did the Jimmy Dore thing, really. I think Cenk Uygur and Jimmy Dore are, like, one and the same, which is why he hates Sam Cedar so much. And Fran and Emma, he hates all the real leftists, right? And he still sort of likes Jimmy Dore, and he likes Anna's move to the middle, and he likes Marge because he's not a fucking leftist, dude. Right? He's not a leftist, dude. Cenk is a fucking Republican, bro, who was just Jimmy Doring, right? I mean, dude, when I remember sort of getting into progressive politics, I heard that Jimmy Dore was a progressive, and I went and watched like one Jimmy Dore video, and I was like, dude, this guy's not a progressive. This guy is fucking, who the fuck is this guy? Why is anyone calling him a progressive? Right? Jimmy Dore ain't no fucking progressive, dude. That guy's a right-wing plant, dude. He is. He's a shitty right-winger who just wants to oppose the Republican Party is all he is. Right? Right? Dude. Chaos agents. All right. All right, let's watch the video. We got video here, dude.
I refuse to be.
All right, here we go. You ready, guys? You ready? It is time. It is time for something very special, guys. We are about to partake in something I call Cenk Uygur's tears. Okay? We are about to get a big old can of Cenk Uygur's tears. Not about healthcare. Not about the fact that all his progressive allies are gone. not about the fact that his YouTube channel's in the tank and he's lost most of his political clout. But today, Cenk Uygur's tears are because Marjorie Taylor Greene is leaving fucking congressional politics. And he has no allies now. It's him and Anna, right, versus the world, dude. Shank me a river. Let's go.
Be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets...
Dude, what?
I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never, ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026, and I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.
Dude, she chose the day before January 6th. That's really weird, guys, right? She chose the day before January 6th, right? Because she's going to try and dominate the, like, news cycle. I don't know, dude. 5 years, she gets her pension. She's made millions in the stocks. Dude, she's up to something. I don't trust her, okay? I know she's up to something, right? That's when the term's in. I know, but still though, right? Is it? I thought, no. Do they end? I thought it was like the fucking 14th or something. Hold on. Is it? You think president? No, they end on January 3rd. They end on January 3rd. Okay, January 3rd. But close enough. But see, they end at noon on January 3rd. But she chose January 5th, right? Which is weird because I don't think her term expires, right? Was she up this year? Oh, I guess she was. Yeah. Yeah, no, she was up this year, wasn't she? No, dude. She had another year, guys. She has another year, yes, because she arrived in 2020. So she had one more year. So she's leaving early on January 5th, specifically chosen that date. Dude, let's go, dude. Larson with the gifted membership, let's go. Dude, she got her pension, right? She's got her 5-year pension. Okay, that's when that kicks in. She's quitting early, but dude, there's something up, guys. What is she gonna do in the 2026 elections? Is she going to fuck the Republicans? Right? She doesn't want to be primaried. I know she doesn't want to be primaried, and she doesn't want to deal with that shit, but I think is she gonna throw a hand grenade into the election? I think maybe she is, guys. Is she going to throw a hand grenade? I hope she does. I heavily, Marge. If Shank can call you Marge, I can call you Marge. Marge, if you want a hand grenade, okay, if you want a hand grenade this election year, I fully support it. I'm down with it, okay? I'm down with it. Dude, let's go, Marge.
Breaking news, Marjorie Taylor Greene says she's resigning from Congress. Stepping down effective January 5th.
Cenk is so sad.
She just had this huge fight with Donald Trump. I don't know why in the world she's doing that. The story just broke. She was finally having a positive impact in Congress on the Epstein files, on questioning Israel's funding.
Dude, she was having no effect in Congress. A positive effect. Dude, she had no effect in Congress. I mean, she did with the Epstein, right? She definitely had an effect on the Epstein, and she definitely emboldened the Groypers. Like, what is he talking about? Dude, she emboldened like Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes, okay? She didn't have a positive effect. Dude, he's just obsessed with Israel, dude. That's all he thinks about. Him and Anna are like Israel. They can't, like, that's his whole fucking thing, bro. That's it. That's his whole thing. He is obsessed with it. Dude, he can't talk for 5 minutes without getting to Biden, Obama, Israel, right? The Epstein thing is the only thing she had an effect on, right? That was the only thing, okay, that she did sign the discharge petition. But, right, that was it. I'll give her that.
Now, actually, she joined Ro Khanna's bill and others' bill to lower drug prices. She had begun finally to do some amazing work. I don't know why in the world she's resigning. I don't know if it's, look, here are some possibilities right off the top of my head as the story's breaking live. Maybe to run for a bigger seat. That's, I suppose, possible, but there was talks of her running for Senate or for governor, and that didn't come to fruition earlier. I don't know if things have changed. It's not impossible for her to have been bullied out. Maybe they found something on her. I don't know. I think given Marjorie Taylor Greene's temperament, that's less likely, right? And it's possible that she's gonna go do media or do something that is related to politics, but not actually in Congress. And part of the reason might be, again, this is all speculation since the story's breaking right now. It's possible that she thinks Congress is useless. We can't get anything done here. All these other guys are totally corrupt. Every time you go to do any bill, like the one I was talking about, Lauren.
Yeah, dude, MTG is terrible, dude. She's so terrible. Dude, I wonder if we're gonna see AMP, guys. MTG, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, the America Party, AMP, okay? Or AFP, the America First Party or whatever, right? I'm telling you, man, with Elon's money, dude, I could absolutely see it, bro.
Drug prices, that's actually Donald Trump's executive order that Ro Khanna just turned into a bill so that it could be more effective. So now everybody should join that bill. She joined it. But we can't get the Democrats to join other than Ro Khanna because they say, oh, well, it's not a perfect bill. It doesn't take the disabilities into account. It's Trump's executive order. But wait, it's your policy. It's Democratic policy to have most favored nation status. So we're not paying any more than the Germans, the French, the Canadians, the Japanese, etc., for the same exact drugs where the drug companies still make a ton of profit. Democrats are like, no, we're not going to join. The Republicans, it's a Trump executive order, and only 4 or 5 of them have joined. Why? Because almost all of Congress is corrupt.
Dude, Cenk is so funny. Dude, all he does is like, everybody's so corrupt. Why didn't you vote me in there? Right? Dude, he is just so fucking like, he's just constantly shanking.
And they work for the drug companies. They're lying. They're all liars. So whenever you give them something that's a layup, paid family leave sits at 84% popularity. Give moms 12 weeks off after they have a baby. They're like, no, we're never gonna vote on it. We're never gonna vote yes. We don't care if it's 84%, 94%, or 104% of the American people. We work for the donor class. So maybe she got frustrated and left because of that. I don't know. Maybe she got frustrated because of the Donald Trump fight. Or maybe she thought she was gonna lose her primary, but that would be very, very surprising. She usually likes the fight, and I don't think she was gonna. I don't think there was, in fact, we had a story planned today where a couple of outlets went and talked to people in her district, and they're like, no, we're definitely sticking with Marjorie Taylor Greene. And so this is a very puzzling, very surprising move. Perhaps she'll soon explain why she did it. But for now, we know that Marjorie Taylor Greene leaving Congress on January 5th.
Dude, they put that thing, wait until the end of the video, you hear her reasoning. All right, I wanna go jump to her reasoning. Dude, he's so sad. Look at him. Doesn't he? Yeah, no, I know, Mr. Anderson, that is the Cenk Uygur play, right? All of government is corrupt. Both parties are corrupt, but me, I am not corrupt, guys. I am not corrupt. I can fix it. Cenk Uygur, can fix this, right? And he thought he had a big ally in MTG, and now he lost his major ally in Congress, or that he thought was an ally. But but what's funny about this is like Cenk Uygur is totally fucking corrupt, bro. I mean, he was a supposed like defund the police progressive who took money from Polymarket Studios during an election year. He wore the badge of J.D. Vance and the Tech Bros during the election year while he shat on all the Democratic candidates all year. Like, fuck you, Cenk Uygur. You are as corrupt and paid for as they come. You are the most predictable, bought and paid for union busting during your congressional campaign. Like, my God, let's go talk to Hank Thompson or Mondale Robinson or Pastor Ben about how bought and paid for you are. Dude, Citizen, he took money from Polymarket Studios. That was funded by Peter Thiel and J.D. Vance's crew. Peter Thiel paid for J.D. Vance. Peter Thiel had money behind Polymarket Studios. And during an election year, Cenk Uygur was introducing the progressive news network that his viewers paid for as Peter Thiel's investment studios. Like, tell me that's not a fucking roundabout support of J.D. Vance. It's not a stretch. It's reality, bro. Right? It's reality. Snap out of it, boss.
I'm super disappointed by it. If you're a populist, look, I'm on the left, and I disagree with a lot of things that Marjorie Taylor Greene is in favor of. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, she said we should do a national divorce. No, we shouldn't do that at all. That's a terrible idea, right? And I could list many other things that I vehemently disagree with her on, right? But at least she was populist and she was honest. She was honest. She was honest on the things we agreed on. She was also honest on the things we disagreed on. She didn't hide any of her feelings. I'll take an honest congressman.
Smell ya. Bye-bye. Another one bites the dust. And another one's gone, another one's gone, another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Bump, bump, bump. Ba-da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun. Let's go, dude. Oh shit, bro. A Bubbathon. Dude, let's go. Dude, skibbity toilet. Oh shit. Dude, I remember, dude, when I used to mention skibbity when my kid was in high school and he would be like, Dad, never say skibbity again. You are cut off, right? Dude, I used to always talk about skibbity, dude. My kid would be like, Dad, shut up. I'm done. All right, here we go. Cenk, look at Cenk though, dude. He is lamenting, bro. He's lamenting. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. If I see you type fake news in my chat in a non-facetious way, you get the boot, right? You do, boss. I'm sorry, you use right-wing coded language in here. You're gone. No offense. I'm not here because I'm open-minded and I listen to both sides. Nope. That's not me. I'm not here. I'm here to build a skibbity toilet that only leftists sit on. And we allow centrists and we allow liberals, but we don't allow fucking right-wing coded fucking resentment that just disagrees with everything and likes to argue and chew up all the scenery of the chat. No, thank you. Thanks for playing, though. Appreciate you. It's called a waste of time, boss.
And I disagree with a lot of things that Marjorie Taylor Greene is in favor of. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, she said we should do a national divorce. No, we shouldn't do that at all. That's a terrible idea, right?
Dude, I actually don't think a national divorce is the worst idea. If we could relocate people from red to blue and work something out like that, I feel like that could actually have some fucking, if we could just put red in all red states, just get the red out, right? Oh, dude, get the red out. Oh, that could be our new we could have a band called Get the Red Out. Left-leaning toilet. That's funny. Skibbity toilet. Let's go.
And I could list many other things that I vehemently disagree with her on, right? But at least she was populist and she was honest. She was honest. She was honest on the things we agreed on. She was also honest on the things we disagreed on. She didn't hide any of her feelings. I'll take an honest congressman over a corrupt, dishonest one any day.
Dude, she was one of the most corrupt stock traders on the planet, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's what's crazy. He's saying she wasn't corrupt. Dude, She is one of the most corrupt, okay? Her fucking from 700K to 25 million, okay? Look at her up there. She's up there with these crazy fucking people, right? Look at these stock traders fucking raking that shit in, boss. She's one of the most corrupt stock trading people out there, right? I mean, it's such an insider trading. Dude, she's up there with Nancy Pelosi on that. But the thing is, though, you ready? And I'm not defending Nancy's stock crookedness, because that's some bullshit too. But at least Nancy Pelosi also did some decent policy, right? Nancy Pelosi, led the House, got some really impactful legislation through, fucking stood up to Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? She did some good shit while she was looting the fucking coffers with her stock trades. But MTG did nothing but stock money off Donald Trump while supporting him while he did nothing but terrible shit. And Jenk's like, oh, she was so honest. Huge PPP loan. Come on, man.
And 95% of them are corrupt and dishonest. So anytime anybody that's actual populist leaves, to me, it's devastating.
Dude, she's not a populist.
You got to stay and fight. I don't know if she'll change her mind or not, but it doesn't look like it. But if you guys, especially if you're a right-wing populist and you like Marjorie Taylor Greene, try to talk her out of it. There's Massey and Green on the right, there's Ro Khanna on the left. And together, the three of them just defeated the other 532 people in Congress and got the Epstein files released. Now we're down to two of them? No. Go back in the ring. We need you in the ring.
Dude, it wasn't just the three of them. It was also a whole bunch of Democrats. They're fucknuts. Like Robert Garcia, who literally pulled that shit with Clay Higgins, where they ambushed that committee meeting to subpoena the Epstein estate documents, which led to the birthday book. It was the survivors, I'm gonna call them survivors, the survivors who relentlessly for 30 fucking years kept this shit going. It was Virginia Giuffre who sued Ghislaine Maxwell for defamation in 2015 and got all of that shit on the record that led to, Julie K. Brown's fucking series and books from Miami Herald and Epstein getting arrested. He's like, oh, MTG did it. What an idiot, bro. You know what I'm saying? He is such a fucking donkey.
Even so what, I disagree with you on a bunch of stuff, on the majority of stuff. At least you were being honest. At least you were being populist and uniting on the things we agree on.
Dude.
So, look.
Dude, he's so sad. Look at him, bro. He is so sad. Dude, he does. Dude, a dumb Fred Flintstone. Dude, he does, bro. He is down bad. He really is. He's so broken. Forlorn is such a great word for it. And I know, dude, she's not honest. Forlorn is the perfect word for it. Dude, let's even look at the definition there, guys. Forlorn. That is so perfect, bro. It is fucking painfully sad and abandoned or lonely, of an aim or endeavor unlikely to succeed or be fulfilled. Hopeless. That is the perfect word. Forlorn. Oh my God, dude. He is just dejected. Dude, the Progressive News Network's worst moment of 2025 is fucking when MTG announces she's leaving Congress. What kind of upside down are we in, guys? I feel like a Stranger Things portal is about to open up in the back of the room, right? When the Progressive News Network's biggest downer of 2025 is the loss of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh my God, dude, that is something else. And on the same day that Donald Trump was glazing the shit out of the supposed communist jihadists. Dude, anything goes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anything goes.
If you had told me this a year ago, I would have had the exact opposite reaction. I would have been ecstatic that Marjorie Taylor Greene's leaving. But she just made the turn.
I'm still glad she's leaving.
Uniting
Good
and
riddance.
being a true populist and fighting for things that we care about, lower drug prices, and yes, American sovereignty and protecting American voters and American citizens.
Dude, he literally just said American sovereignty, bro. Dude, what the fuck is he talking about? Dude, the guy, the Progressive News Network just talked about American sovereignty. Dude, he's gonna join the Groypers, man. Dude, has Hassan seen this clip? Bro, he is fucking delusional, dude. He is. I'm telling you, he's gonna join the Groypers, bro. Him and Anna are gonna fucking be working for Tucker Carlson soon. I shit you not, guys. It's coming.
This is the worst time to leave. So, all right, but that's the news. And obviously we'll give you updates when we have it.
Oh, thank you, Shanky.
Through it all, I never changed or went back on my campaign promises and only disagreed in a few areas, like my stance against H-1Bs replacing American jobs, AI state moratoriums, debt for life 50-year mortgage scams, standing strongly against all involvement in foreign wars, and demanding the release of the Epstein files. Other than that, my voting record has been solidly with my party and the president. Loyalty should be a two-way street, and we should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interests because our job title is literally representative. America first should mean America first and only Americans
Here
first,
we go.
with no other foreign country ever being attached to America first in our halls of government. Standing up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States,
Ooh.
whom I fought for.
Oh shit, look at her, bro. All right, so first off, I don't like this woman. I don't trust this woman, but look at her face right here. Dude, I think she's gonna, did you see the turn? You see, I think she's gonna sink the goddamn party, bro. I really do. I think she is gonna go America first. She is gonna go Tucker Carlson, like Groyper, Nick Fuentes, and they are gonna try to sink the post-Donald Trump Republicans. They're gonna, because Trump turned on her, she defended Trump. Trump turned on her. She's going to help the Democrats win the House by sinking the fucking Republicans. And then Trump is done. Then Trump is like eunuched if the Democrats win. Investigations, the release of Epstein, everything. I think she's bouncing. She's going to leave. And I think she's going to try to sink them. Right? Oh, look at her. Doesn't she look pissed? I mean, I'm down with it, dude. I'm down with it. You know, that end part right there. She is mad. Dude, look at fucking Cenk down here in this thumbnail, bro. Dude, he is forlorn. A eunuch. Yeah, dude, Trump is going to be a eunuch. He is, dude. He's done. When we win the House, it's over. It's Jover, okay? It is Jover as soon as we win the House. Oh, shit. Yeah. I mean, guys, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little crossover, because what are we seeing here? Okay, what are we seeing? We are seeing a defection from MAGA, okay? Because there's a power void, okay? There's a power vacuum coming in MAGA. Trump is out. Everybody's mad at Trump. His popularity sucks. He's doing shitty shit. He's not doing the shit he said he was. He's protecting the pedos, right? Candace has defected, right? Tucker has defected. Nick Fuentes has tried to eke his way in now that Charlie Kirk is gone, trying to bring the Groypers into the mainstream. And America First, we're already seeing some of these shitty former MAGA influencers wearing the blue America First caps. And they're trying to, now the rebellion, because those MAGA people, I don't think they ever wanted to be MAGA. They just wanted to be rebels. Okay? They're young people that are conservatives and they're Jesus freaks. They're not rebels. They're the least rebellious counterculture people out there. They're dying to be the counterculture. And Trump and the red hat gave him a counterculture, but he sucks. He's not doing anything. So now they're going to switch to the blue hat America First, which is really the counterculture. Like, they're never going to be mainstream. They'll probably never even win, but it will allow them to hate everybody and fucking be like, have their own little movement, you know? And like, I don't know, dude, with that shit and Tucker Carlson, I think Tucker Carlson, all right, let me just tell you, these guys, more than anything, I think they're petty and they don't forgive slights when you have a really big ego. And one thing that I will never forget, guys, is how Tucker Carlson defended Trump. Even though he didn't like him, he defended the lies about the election. He fucking got booted from his mainstream, like, super popular show. And he was the fall guy for that defamation suit with Dominion. And I think Tucker has been mad at everybody ever since. No one defended him. No one fucking stood up for him. And in fact, he feels like everybody sold out after he left. And I feel like Tucker is out for vengeance. And now Marge wants vengeance, right? And Candace wants vengeance. And Nick Fuentes has always lived with wanting vengeance. So, dude, we may look, I don't know, man. We may see some, like, Elon Musk funded vengeance coming in or some shit. Dude, something's going on, boss, right? Something is going on, right? You know what I mean? Dude, something's going on, boss, right? Oh, shit. Let's go. All right. So, dude, I'm going to go. We stayed long tonight. All right. I meant to do a short stream, but it's dance party. We'll get to Benny Johnson and some other good shit tomorrow. I feel like the Mom Donnie, I'm going to be able to make plenty of videos about this shit. Dude, yeah, Trump is fucking, is kind of fucked. And I mean, it kind of goes back to, if you want to go back, dude, I brought this tweet up the other day. Right? I brought this tweet up the other day from 2016, guys. Okay? Or was it, does he have a private one? Oh, he does. Hold on. He has a personal, doesn't he? No? Is that it? Dude, why is it not showing up, bro? It should be showing up. Does he have a personal account? Dude, the tweet's not showing. Oh, here it is. Is this one? There it is. All right. Oh, is nominate Trump. Okay. Right there. May 3rd, 2016, right? If we nominate Trump, we will get destroyed and we will deserve it. And now everybody thought this was about Hillary Clinton. Everybody thought it was, obviously Joe Biden, people revisited it. But I think we're going to see the real result of this, guys, when Trump is done, okay? That what Trump is going to do is he has dismantled so much of the Republican Party that once he's done, the power vacuum and all of the horrible fucking people that are going to be grappling and defecting and you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Was everything that was going on about the fucking with Trump and shit is going to be the thing that ultimately just destroys the Republican coalition, right? They let the worst elements of politics become their fucking spokespeople, and I think the piper's going to get paid up now. It's going to get paid up in Trump's second term, right? And what Trump does afterwards, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen, right? That's where it's coming, dude. I'm telling you, dude. It's fucking, right? It's going to burn all the way down, dude. It's going to burn all the way down. And dude, everybody fucking, every year, people revisit this. I mean, they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And you know why I think they deserve it, guys? And here's my main beef with the Republicans, okay? I mean, obviously the culture war and all that, but I have a primary fucking beef, okay? The primary fucking beef that I had with these guys, you ready? You know what it was? It was that they stopped governing and they became just the obstruction party. That's what they started. They started it during Obama, where they, right? Where it was no longer, you know what I'm saying? It was no longer even about fucking, right? It was no longer even about fucking people like governing. Yeah, is it that account? You know, I mean, I was thinking about that. You know, I was thinking about that account, right? Because I see them being all fucking confrontational and shit, right? You know what I mean? And fucking, right? And they were around here before. Dude, what are they doing? Right? You didn't start the confrontation? Dude. Yeah, they're just annoying. Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't know what it is, dude. Dude, they're just fucking annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, what a fucking weirdo, bro. I mean, stupid name for starters. But yeah, we'll smell you. Thank you, though. Thanks for the brief, non-entertaining, like, you know, pissing in the wind. But anyway, to go back to what I was saying is like, so George Bush fucked everything up, right? We had the fucking, the fallout with the fucking, you know, the auto industry, the housing bubble, the lies about the wars, all this bullshit, you know? And then Obama came in and the country was really hopeful, okay? The country was really hopeful. And that was the moment where we could have all, like both sides could have gotten together. Like Obama was definitely a mandate, okay? It was. Obama was a mandate. You know what I mean? Obama was a fucking mandate, guys. And the Republicans should have come in and we should have been bipartisan at that point. Like, fuck what happened with George Bush. Let's get real healthcare reform. Let's get real government reform. You know what I'm saying? And it was both houses of Congress and a convincing win, both in popular vote and electorally. And the thing about it is at that point, they became 100% obstruction. Okay? No policy. Since then, guys, they have had no policy. All they have done is roll back regulations, gut Obamacare. Where's your health care plan, guys? Obamacare showed up in 2014. It's 11 years, and they don't even have a plan. They never even put forth a policy idea for health care. All they've done is destroy, obstruct, like identify us as woke, demonize us with single words, use little catchphrases to try and win an election. But I mean, dude, they have both houses of Congress right now. They've done nothing. They haven't done anything all year, man, except disavowing socialism. Like, really? That's it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro? All year, you haven't even passed a goddamn, like, you got a budget, and that was it, bro. It's like, come on, man. You know, they stopped governing, guys. All they did was tax cuts. And then they stopped governing. And that is what I don't like. Because the thing about this, guys, is we don't have to agree all the time. And everybody's going to have differences, whether it's in our party or what. but like the fact that they just stopped governing, and especially they stopped governing for Democrats, right? Where they're openly like, if you're a Democrat, we're not gonna fucking help you at all. We're gonna try to fuck you over if you're a Democrat. And like, dude, the Democrats, we will govern the red states. We take care of the red states. Thank you. Concepts of a plan, Betty. You know what I mean? Like when Democrats are there, the red states get money, they get job help, they get trade that helps them, right? You know what I'm saying? They get FEMA. We don't fucking take their money. We don't fucking shit on them. We just try to protect the civil rights of everybody in the state, and then we try to take care of them as well. And they stopped governing. And yeah, Mitch McConnell was a huge part of it, right? That Confederate flag waving fucking piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that dude is like, that shit is just really when I fucking had a problem with them. You know, when they stopped governing, and they have not come back to governing. Like even now, guys, if you look at their campaigns in this past election, it was about like, you know, transgender issues, right? Bathrooms and sports and fucking culture war shit. What they were asking, what is a woman? Like, fuck off, bro. That's not governing. We know what a woman is, right? Like Nancy Mace. Remember Nancy Mace asking the fucking mayor of DC, what is a woman? And she's like, I'm a woman. Are you a woman? And Nancy's like, yeah, I'm a woman. She's like, there. That's what a woman is. I'm a woman. Like, next question. It's like so dumb, dude. They don't even govern anymore. They just jerk it on culture war bullshit. All right, you ready? That's my spiel. It's my final word. Fuck them. They're going down. Now we dance. All right, you ready to dance or what? Let's go. Let's fucking get that dance going. You guys. Ooh. Dude, let's go. Dude, you got me synced. Sync it up, baby. Sync it. Let's go. Dude, you got to stretch. Dude, Grumpy Cat, thanks for staying the entire show. Dude, let's go, Seattle Jen. Now we dance. We're about to be dancing. We're dancing. Let's go. Dude, oh, hold on. You ready? Watch this. Here we go. Dude, that's amazing. Oh, dude, let's go. Elon, get shit on. Dude, get shit on, Elon. Dude. Oh, get shit on. Oh, I love it. Dude, comedy. Oh. Dude, thank you guys. Seriously, thank you for being here. Thank you, Seattle Jen. Appreciate you. Now we dance. We dance to that song we always dance to. It's time for a little deja vu, baby. Oh, we went long. Dude, we always go long. I'm supposed to limit it to 2 hours, but I just can't. I just can't stop, baby. Can't stop, won't stop. I love you. Let's go. Come on, baby. Oh, 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 oh.
They have a lot to say, but I've known. Been here
this feeling that I have now, almost a bit holy, notion that I will make it out somehow. Let's go! Oh, we're doing it, baby! Woo! Dude, I'm out of breath. Dude, that's a workout, bro. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. All right, guys, I gotta go fucking make some videos. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the insane support, guys. Unfucking believable. Dude, today was so crazy. It's like we're living in the upside down, man. We never know what's coming next. I love you, and there's one thing, though, that I love more than anything, boss. You know what it is? It's freedom! Good night.